hours of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Tack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile and it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us, average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks.
You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony! Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that? That's right, you're a big fat phony!
Good morning, everyone. This is Sammy Hagar. The Opie and Anthony Show has been replaced. It is now my show. I'm the new king of all media, Sammy Hagar, sitting in for Opie and Anthony. Oh, my God. You fucking tools. Howard Stern is doing the worst fake radio I've ever heard in my life. A bit. Stop it. Who's falling for this? Howard Stern is the biggest fucking phony.
This guy's a great big phony!
Here comes Ben as quickly as he can.
You're a great big phony, you know that? That's right, you're a big fat phony!
Of course he came back on before we go on at 7. Of course, he knew the jig was up. Could you guys please attack Howard Stern and call him a phony? That was the most awful fake radio ever. He doesn't even know how to do fake radio right. Ugh. Because he's a lazy broadcaster. Stop. The bid, I'll be honest, the bid could have been a home run, Anthony, an absolute home run, but Howard Stern doesn't know how to do that type of radio whatsoever. No. And the whole thing fell apart, and he had to go on the radio earlier than he wanted to. What a douchebag. Yeah, it was awful. People were buying it, calling us, and
writing instant feedbacks. I'm seeing all kinds of things. Oh, he's whining on the air about saying goodbye. Oh, my God, Diamond Dave is making my ears bleed. It's a train wreck.
Basically what happened, I guess, on Howard Stern's show this morning, people tuning in to listen to Howard, and David Lee Roth was in his place because there's this rumor in the radio world that David Lee Roth will be taking over for Howard Stern. First of all, that's a false rumor.
Yeah.
That the media is buying. It ain't going to happen.
No, they're not putting David Lee Roth on K-Rock.
So Howard's been on vacation for 2 weeks. So all of a sudden, David's in his place this morning.
Yeah.
Saying he's the new king of all media. And he had some stripper as his sidekick that didn't speak English. And then they had an announcement that was Howard's voice. It was so obvious.
Yeah, it was supposed to be some manager or some management person over there at K-Rock. And if you listen to it, it was Howard doing it. Like, at least get someone else to do the announcement. I don't know.
And then Howard calls David Lee Roth's show.
Yeah.
To say goodbye to his listeners.
Like that would happen.
Dude, I was cringing so bad in the office for him.
Bad acting.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Ugh.
If you did it right, you could have got press all over the world.
Yeah.
You could have got a huge shot of press today and tomorrow, and then come back on the air Tuesday, write out the bit, and then when you really go away from commercial radio, then you get the headlines again anyway. That's how you do it.
He's too self-centered to actually let somebody else be on the air that long.
But he couldn't even commit to the bit.
No.
And I guarantee now his Ask kissing listeners are now going to call and go, "Oh my God, I really thought."
Oh, dude, you had me,
oh
dude.
Oh my God, dude, you had me. I really thought. Oh, I really thought it was over.
Oh,
shut up,
dude! I couldn't believe it. I turned on. I heard Dave. I was like, I don't believe this.
I'm sure they're kissing each other's asses right now. Dave, you did a great job.
Boy, that was really bad. It was really badly done. I mean, at least use a different announcer. That was pretty, we're listening going, wait a minute.
What? Yeah, because they had, like, the fake GM or what have you.
Yeah.
Saying, the Howard Stern show has been replaced by David Lee Roth.
And it was Howard's voice. He was, like, doing a voice.
Yeah.
But it was him. What, you got it? Oh.
Where? Right here? Yeah, this is what they were playing this morning for like an hour.
Listen, it's Howard's voice.
Good morning. This is Edward Lewis, the operations manager and head representative of WXRK Radio. In recent weeks, there have been lots of rumors and speculation about the Howard Stern show ending before December. Well, the speculation is over, and regrettably, so is the Howard Stern show. Viacom decided that due to Howard's move to another broadcast medium, we should change the nature of the morning broadcast as rapidly as possible, for two reasons. Number one, to give the audience its new host for morning radio for the next 5 years. And secondly, to give our advertisers the chance to see that there is hope to put on an entertaining radio show without Howard Stern.
Stop
so
whining.
Without further ado, we give you our new morning host, David Lee Roth.
Stop whining.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. Stop it. Stop it.
Could have been a good bit, Howard, but you couldn't commit. Well, you're too lazy to really pull it off now, aren't you?
Yeah, that was really cringeworthy. Yeah, we saw it on the New York radio message board. Someone announced, oh my God, he's done. He's over. So we flip it on, and right away, Opie spotted it. I got to give you credit there, Opie. Right away, Opie spotted some shenanigans. I assumed they were just stunting with the Dave thing, but
no, the Dave rumor is false.
Yeah,
it has been false, but the media will buy anything, so they went with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Howard, he was smart enough to go with it, obviously.
Yeah,
but he didn't commit.
No, you got to do this for like a full day.
He could have had the whole media talking today.
Yeah. With a bunch of production and everything.
But like you point out, his ego is so massive that he can't handle listening to David Lee Roth doing his show.
No, not for a whole show. Never happened.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Good fake radio by Howard Stern.
Eek.
Hey guys, it's Eric. Where's Jim today?
I just wish I could have done Sammy Hagar's voice better. That's what we should have done.
Yeah, just have somebody doing Sammy Hagar.
You could have been, what's his name, the bass player. Anthony Michael Hall?
What?
No. Michael Anthony.
Mark Anthony? What?
Michael Anthony Mark. What? Who's the bass player of Van Halen?
Yeah.
It's not Eddie.
Michael Anthony. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're trying to put a last
Michael
name on
Anthony.
Anthony.
Well, good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. The O&A virus spreading across America, and we couldn't be happier. This guy wants to start off with an awful new character. Eric in Boston, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
I got two things for you.
Yeah.
First is, I was taking a walk on Friday, and I saw a live news crew, and they were broadcasting in like 2 minutes, so I had no time to do an assault on the media. But get this, the story was about some kid who died at a local high school, but, he was Mexican, so it's okay. And in the background of the shot, there were a bunch of kids just sitting there. I asked them what they were doing there. It turns out the reporter, because the story was about a kid who died, the reporter found a bunch of kids in the area and got them to sit in the back of the shot and asked them, swear to God, asked them to look sad.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't even believe it. It
Look
was just the most
sad.
ridiculous.
Oh, believe it. Oh, believe it.
It was unbelievable. And the second thing I was hoping that I could audition to be a new character on the show, even though it's kind of an old bit by now.
No, it's not really an old bit. None of these bits ever get old.
Oh,
they come and go, and you guys can bring them back when you feel like it. So what's up, Eric?
All right, I wanted to do Ben Sparks doing movie reviews and then becoming excited and going off on something completely irrelevant.
All right, let's give it a shot. Go ahead.
All right. Dude, Wedding Crashers just came out in theaters. It's got Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. Vince McMahon. You know, I used to watch the WWE. Stephanie McMahon had small tits, but then got implants, and then had big tits. I was lost at sea with a girl named Stephanie once, but then the wind picked up, so we tied some sheets around my hog and sailed to shore. It was crazy insane. Dude.
Hey, Matt, what's going on today, buddy? Matt.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, guys, I'm shaving. Sorry about that.
You're
shaving? It's calling from a septic tank.
My phone now. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so listen, guys.
He's speakerphone guy.
Stern bit.
Huh?
This is so best stuff. He did this 2004 on April Fool's Day. He was doing the same thing with a new morning show because the FCC fines. This is the same fucking thing.
He's lazy, dude.
And he's very lazy. And I knew it was a David Roth imitator because before you guys came on, I was listening to his show and it was bailing. And this guy was doing prank calls. Punch it out, guys.
All right, thank you.
What is somebody... This guy's saying, congratulations, shit dicks. You were the only tools in America reporting the Stern story as real. Nice researching. What? Did you listen to the beginning of this show? Are you kidding? Do people not listen that much? It says, congratulations, shit dicks.
That was nice, at least.
You were the only tools in America report.
People don't listen.
They don't listen.
I started the show by saying I'm Sammy Hagar, you ass.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, what an idiot.
And Howard's going to try to spin it now and make believe, oh, no, it was supposed to sound fake the whole time.
Yeah.
Shut up. Dave, what's going on?
Oh, that was the worst bit ever in the history of radio.
All right, Dave.
They're falling all over themselves how great they are.
Oh, really?
Oh, you got to hear it. I keep flipping back. They're like, oh, we fooled everyone. Even ourselves. We're so good.
We're so good.
All right,
he
Dave.
Sucks.
Thank you. I don't think Fred's going to tell you that your acting was good today, Howard.
Tell him, Fred.
Your acting stinks. No wonder you're not doing movies. Did one, but you played yourself. That's easy. All right, we should move on to some stuff here. We got lots going on.
Absolutely.
Know what caught my attention as we were preparing for today's show, Anthony, was the the dude. Is this guy from Dallas? Remember we threw an assignment out there?
Assignment America.
The Harry Potter assignment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The book came out, and it's selling like hotcakes.
Like griffle cakes.
It's selling like hotcakes all over America.
250,000 copies an hour or something it was going?
Wow.
Is that what they're saying?
It was when it first came out, yeah. It was really a lot of books.
You know what? I was told the ending. We were told the spoiler and everything like that, and I couldn't tell it to you right now. No. I couldn't tell you one of the spoilers that we heard because I don't know the goofy names. I don't know the characters. I don't care.
No, I watched the movies.
Yeah?
The movies are actually pretty good.
I think I saw the first one.
The movies are all right. So, yeah, we basically gave you guys the spoiler.
They're all getting too old now. It's not as sexy.
The Harry Potter spoiler. There's a bunch of spoilers, actually.
Yeah.
We threw it out there, on Friday?
Yeah.
And we asked the listeners out there, when you see a news crew or your local bookstore having a big to-do about the new book, to get in their faces and then throw out some spoilers.
Blurt it out and watch the fun ensue.
Where's Steve from FoundryMusic.com?
Diligently working on something, I'm sure.
All right. Well, we need to give this guy credit, first of all. He, I don't even know the background of this. I don't know if he was walking by the bookstore, driving back and forth, but basically he's screaming out what was going on. What's the deal with this bit?
I think it was a guy named Nick in Dallas who sent that to me on either Friday night or Saturday morning, and he drove by a Barnes & Noble in Dallas at 1 o'clock in the morning, right when people were waiting to get the book.
1 in the morning. I just never understood that whole thing.
And you can hear from the audio, there's obviously kids waiting online, too. So it's kids at 1 o'clock in the morning waiting to get the new Harry Potter book.
There have been things that I've wanted to buy, and you wait for it, and anticipation, but I have never stood out in front of a store until midnight to buy something.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Couldn't you just, like, wake up early and go there at 8?
Of course you could.
8, 9 in the morning?
It's a big event for the kids. They're probably all in their little jammies.
And what, they buy the book at 1 and then they go home and read a chapter before they go to book?
Now go to bed. I'll read it to you tomorrow.
Jesus, before they go to bed, right.
Read some now. No, we'll read tomorrow.
They're just sitting on their nightstand.
Why are you touching me?
Their Harry Potter book is right next to their little bed.
They can't sleep.
With their Scooby-Doo sheets and pillowcases.
What year is this? Scooby-Doo sheets.
Scooby-Doo is fucking huge again.
Is it?
Yes.
I know.
That was a great reference.
Really?
Yes. Scooby-Doo is one of the biggest things going on right now with the kids.
Stop.
He's all I think of.
I'm telling you right now. Parents, call me. Scooby-Doo is hot right now.
I would think it was one of the newer cartoons.
Scooby-Doo, because the movie that came out, then all of a sudden I think they're even doing new cartoons, right?
Yeah.
New Scooby-Doo cartoons.
SpongeBob.
Bob
the Builder.
SpongeBob is so 5 minutes ago, as they like to say.
Really?
Yeah. It's still hot, but it's not as hot as Scooby-Doo.
Well, Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder?
Yeah. Kids like Bob the Builder? No? That's old news?
I think so.
I think so.
The big company.
What about Thomas the Train?
Thomas the Train?
No?
Is that the Ringo Starr thing?
I don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks like that. Little trains.
No, I didn't he do a voice? He did a voice on one of those kids shows for a while, right?
That was Shining Time Station. George Carlin did it too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, you know, everyone got their Harry Potter books.
Harry Potter sitting on the night table. Yeah, and the parents got to tell them now, tomorrow, because it's late now. Go to sleep.
They have their wizard hat and their goofy Harry Potter glasses. Because that's the way you have to read the book, kids. You got to get the wacky Harry Potter glasses without the glass in them.
Right, because that's dangerous for the kids. Harry Potter glasses, a danger to your child? We'll let you know.
See, Bill, Jersey. It's all about Scooby-Doo, Anthony. You got to be up on this stuff. Bill in Jersey.
Why?
Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, morning, shit dicks.
Hello.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, you're 100% right. Scooby-Doo is bigger than ever. My 3.5-year-old is in love with him.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
It's all the rage.
They just released all the old when we were kids, those old Scooby-Doo shows and the Scooby-Doo Hour movies with the Harlem Globetrotters. Those all re-released on DVD. My son's got them all. He loves them. Matter of fact, he had the Scooby-Doo pillowcase last night on his pillow.
Aww.
There you go.
And that's sweet.
Telling you, 3.5 years old. Love Scooby.
All right, Bill, thank you.
God, that is an old-ass cartoon, man.
Yeah, but because
it's
of the
like
movie,
72.
Because of the movie, it came back strong, and they're redoing them and stuff. Look,
the animation was the worst on those cartoons. Oh, the 70s was the downfall of good animation. Like, they had all that great Warner Brothers stuff that was really drawn very well. And then they came out with that crap, the whole Scooby-Doo and all the other cartoons that were around at that time, where they just had like a single plate with the character on it and would just animate the mouth or the eyes blinking or something. Just horrible stuff.
You thought the Flintstones was good?
Nah, the Flintstones wasn't as bad as Scooby-Doo, but it was pretty bad. The background, the same couch would go flying by when they were running through
when Fred was running through his house, it was the same background. And how long was this house? Because when they showed the outside, shot, it didn't look like he lived in a big house.
Of course, you'd go running by the same couch with the plant in the window, plant window.
Even as a 22-year-old, I could figure that one out.
Yeah, but I don't know. They were, the storylines were pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the characters were good.
Yeah, but their names sounded like rocks, and that was always wrong.
You didn't like that?
No, that's not their real names.
Mr. Slate?
No, but I mean the celebrities that would come.
Oh, I got you. Right. Like, who was that? Stoney Curtis. It was Stoney Curtis, and he was just like Tony Curtis, but only Stoney Curtis. And Margrock. Remember, she dropped in once. Sure.
What about the Rock Hudson guy?
Well, that would just be Rock Hudson. I think they called him fucking faggot.
And a mouth with a belly full of pebbles. I don't know what that means, but everyone got it.
Let's say hi to Mike in New York. Mike?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, my kid, last night I had to make my kid fucking Scooby-Doo macaroni and cheese.
There you go, Anthony.
Scooby-Doo mac and cheese.
They even got the products and everything.
All right, Opie. I pardon you.
He's fucking crazy for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it's nuts. John in Texas. Go ahead, John.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Now, man, Scooby-Doo's gotten so big, they got these little Scooby snacks in the shape of dog biscuits for the kids. And my daughter loves them things. I don't know what her problem is, but that's what she loves, and that's what she wanted.
Gee. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
Bye. So there you go. Do we have to take more Scooby calls?
I think you've been vindicated.
Ryan in Jersey. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on, boys?
Hey.
My wife was at Barnes & Noble in East Brunswick on Saturday morning, and there had to be about 150 people standing online buying this book. And I'm not sure if the guy mentioned you guys by name, but he said, hey, I heard on the radio who dies in the book. And that entire mob, it just turned into a mob of people wanted to lynch him. They were just vicious. They wouldn't even let him get it out. They started screaming, and parents were like little kids. They're calling him an asshole, and it was vicious.
Well, we got one that came in so far, and it's pretty funny. At first, it's like whatever, and then it just gets really funny. All right, thank you, Ryan.
All right, punch it out, boy.
So getting back to this, Anthony, the Scooby-Doo. Jesus, the Harry Potter spoiler. So this guy in Dallas, he kind of worked the line as they're waiting for their Harry Potter books and started yelling out the spoiler, the big spoiler of the book.
I forgot this one. Gary Granite. Remember him? I'm Gary Granite. And Jimmy Darroch. Well, that one's awful. This would be Jimmy Darren.
Well, the TV stars, too. Or
Ed Sully Stone. Jimmy O'Neill Stone.
Oh, Rock Quarry was Rock Hudson, I think, right?
Rock Quarry wasn't really supposed to be based on any one actor. He was just like a hammy actor. I am Rock Quarry. He was a Rock Quarry, big Hollywood star.
Okay.
Holly Rock star. And he wanted to slow down a little. He couldn't take it. So he decided to go and make believe he was Gus Schultz, gas station attendant, just to get away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood.
I hated the Flintstones so much.
You did?
They make me physically ill.
I loved them.
God, I hated that
Loved
cartoon.
the Flintstones. And that Rock Quarry episode was my favorite. He gets so upset that being Rock Quarry, that he goes to Bedrock, hooks up with the Flintstones. They invite him in. And then he gets bored because he's just bowling and shooting pool. So he decides to tell the guys that he's really Holly Rock star Rock Quarry, and they don't believe him.
Holly Rock star? That's
hilarious. He's in Holly Rock, and he starts doing scenes from his movie, and they're laughing at him. And the best part, he gets so pissed off at this that they don't believe him that he just hauls off and punches Fred right in the face. Like, because they're laughing at him. He's like, you might remember me in Dr. Jekyll's Hyde. And he turns around and just goes, ah! And like makes like he's a monster. And shoot out at the OK Rock Corral. Pow, pow, pow. And then they start laughing at him, and he just punches Fred right in the face. Never a problem with violence back in the olden days with cartoons. Loved it.
All right. So getting back to the spoiler thing, the guy in Dallas, he just worked the line basically while the parents were getting ready to buy their Harry Potter books for their children.
Harry Potter.
Listen closely, because he obviously recorded this on a cassette or something.
Really?
I think he might have had a reel-to-reel or something.
Yee.
Actually, the reel-to-reel would be better quality.
Better.
Snape kills Dumbledore! Snape kills Dumbledore! Hey! Snape kills Dumbledore!
Oh, no, you bitch! It sounds like he starts off like really aggressive and then just is doing it individually.
Then just leans over to a little tyke.
A little tyke.
Hey, Snape kills Dumbledore. What?
I gotta hear that again.
Snape kills Dumbledore! Snape kills Dumbledore! Hey! Snape kills Dumbledore!
Oh, the disappointment in that kid's voice. No!
Little kid goes ghetto, too.
Yo, bitch! You bitch! Language on that little guy.
On that little one.
That's funny.
Not bad. Bravo to the dude in Dallas. Bravo. All right.
Oh, that disappointment. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Why is it so funny to hear kids just go, whining with disappointment?
These are such coddled little creeps.
Oh.
Maybe we're just dicks.
All right, let's say hi to Gary in Kentucky. Gary?
Yeah, I was going to let you guys know.
Hi, Gary.
Scooby-Doo is alive and well. Boomerang, high def, big screen TV, surround sound, all day long.
Oh, Scooby-Doo, huh? How do you know that, Opie? How did you know that? Is it young relatives that you see?
Yeah, nephews and nieces.
Oh, is that it?
Okay. And that's the problem, too, man. You know, your kid gets into one movie, you got to watch it 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
It's a freaking nightmare.
Oh.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Thanks, punching out.
All right, punching out. Yeah, let's say hi to Steve in Boston. Steve.
What's up?
How about those Red Sox?
Awesome, isn't it?
Why? What's awesome? Yankees got 3 out of the 4.
They won the World Series. Who gives a shit?
Oh, stop. Look, it's a new year, my friend.
I know. Yankees, they're great, but so are the Sox. We can't fight about this.
All right. But look, he's extending his hand in friendship.
Very good.
The olive branch of peace.
Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, what's up? Actually, I was watching a Sox game on Friday night, and I actually saw Ben. And one of the shots, they were talking to a Faley brother.
Yeah, I read a lot of instant feedbacks and posts on the message board. Ben prominently displayed at the Sox game during one of the Farley brother interviews.
Why, was he sitting next to them?
Right behind him.
Right, yeah.
And someone's saying all you see is Ben herking, jerking, and laughing at nothing behind him as they're doing the interview. He said it was the funniest goddamn thing he's ever seen.
Does anyone have video of this?
I saw a few posts on the message board that said someone had a TiVo and was going to put it on something and send it in. I got to see it. You have a TiVo?
I have a TiVo. I'm fixing it right now. I'm going to have it probably to you tonight or...
All right, yeah,
you gotta email it to Steve, and we gotta see this because I just hear he's got like a beer in his hand, he's herking and jerking and laughing, and just being Ben.
Those great seats. I had great seats.
You had really good seats, huh?
Wow. Hey, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Stinky rules, bipolar Steve rules.
Ooh.
All right, very good.
Hey,
stinky rules.
Why didn't you do an assault on the media, Ben?
Yeah, I'm going to do an assault on the media. Okay.
You have perfect opportunity right there.
First of all, I don't carry WOW stickers around with me.
Yell out O&A Party Rock.
Don't make me pull out the old newspaper article.
Oh, that one from the Mets game?
Yeah, you're being all cocky like, there's a picture of Ben and I. It's got to be the worst picture ever taken for a newspaper.
That was at the Mets. That was the year the Mets went to the World Series. It was the clincher game of the World Series against the Yankees. I mean, it wasn't against. It was to go to against the Yankees.
It was.
Wasn't it? They clinched.
Dude, that was the Mark McGwire game. The Cardinals. Positive. Wow, nice buzz.
I don't remember.
And the picture does show nice buzz, by the way. That's what I'm getting at. We get great seats from one of our...
It was a listener, yeah.
Yeah, one of our faithful listeners, hands us some, great tickets to the Met game. And we're putting our beers on the dugout. We're the first row.
Yeah.
Above the dugout. Boom, our beers are on the dugout. And we're just heckling all the Cardinals as they go back to the dugout. And I guess they took a picture, I'm not sure of this one, McGwire going back to the dugout. And right behind McGwire, you see Ben. He has a beer in his hand. He is hammered. He's got
snotted.
He's got a WOW sticker on
a hat.
No, we also had the WOW stickers on our beers.
Around the cups, the beer cup.
See, we do the assaults on the media ourselves as well. So Ben has like a WOW sticker on his beer. He has a WOW sticker on his hat, a WOW sticker on his shirt. And he's just in mid, just trying to drink the beer, hammered.
Yeah, he's all tipping over sideways. And
I'm next to Ben, looking at this hot dog, and, my mouth is full, and my eyes are half closed, and the picture is hilarious. I'll have to dig that up and throw it back up on the website.
We also made it, that game, we made it on this big screen.
Yeah.
We made it on the big screen of all shit.
Right.
Because actually, I remember, I think Jim Brewer was at the game, too, and Jim Brewer saw us on the screen, and then he called your cell phone.
This
was
right.
back years.
Yeah. That's right. It goes back a few years. But it was hilarious, this picture they took. They obviously were taking a picture of McGwire, but we're so obvious in the background. Biggest day with our wow signs and looking just awful.
This one, though, is video.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. So what happened in Boston?
Well, no, what happened was Peter Farley and his kids were sitting in front of me, and we're talking during the game, and what happened, we were in third baseline where several foul balls come over. I mean, it's an area you got to keep your eye
Pay
open.
attention, yeah.
3 guys over me got a foul ball off his chin. His chin was bleeding, and there were so many balls. So the ball was coming. The ball was still in play, and he went with his glove to grab it because his son was about 6. He was going to take his son's head off. The ball was still in play, so it was a ground rule double for the Yankees. But then Dan Roach from Nesson came over to interview him, and I was sitting behind him, so it was funny, you know. But
it was funny?
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
But, I saw all kinds of posts on it on the message board, and a couple of people then made some Photoshops that were pretty funny. One was a Fenway, an aerial view, with a huge cock in one of the seats with Go Sox written on it.
At least I got to go to the game. They won. Jesus.
Ah, yeah.
They killed them that game, 17-1.
That was just a waste of time. Al Leiter picked up by the Yankees.
Yeah, no, I know. It's good.
A nice
That is what
39.
you need. It's always better. With this, I love about the Yankees, the mid-season replacement who's almost 58 years old.
58.
That's a great move.
He's 39.
Oh, that's terrific for a pitcher. That's what I like. And I hate you. Jeter, Rivera, Pettit. What did they do for the team?
He did a great job. What did he get? 3 hits in 7 innings?
He did. He pitched
well.
well.
Yeah, so did Hideki Araba when he first came, and I'm sure Randy had some good games, and Kevin Brown had some good games. They're bums, and I don't want them, and I don't care about 3 out of 4. I could care less.
Al's a fun, nice guy, too. You
I
ever
don't
see
hate
interviews
Al.
with him?
I know, I'm sure he's terrific to hang out with and pull trains with. But as far as pitching for the Yankees, I want someone who's 21 and not fun.
The Yankees have used something like 20. I think it's 23 pitchers this season.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with them.
Ridiculous.
3 out of 4. I wish Ortiz could have come through.
Well,
and
what's the
smashed
name
them.
of the kid they brought up? And he was the part of that 17 blowout.
I forget.
17
Well,
run
how about
blowout.
the center fielder there? What's his name, Milky or whatever?
Oh.
That missed the fly ball, and Trot Nixon got an inside the park home run.
Yeah,
in
that
Fenway.
was just an abortion of a
Fine.
game.
Bring up the young players. That's what I want.
Yeah, you want that guy in there?
I don't know him.
The guy was.
You got to bring the young guys up, man.
You got to bring the young guys up. No, I agree with you there, but you got to bring good young guys
Okay,
up.
agreed.
All right, let's say hi to John in Fort Lee, New Jersey. What's up, John?
Good morning, boys. I understand Ben is required to be at every Boston Red Sox home game. They use his hog as a foul pole.
Is that true? They use Ben's hog as the foul pole.
Well, that was the
Except sometimes the ball goes fair and sometimes foul because of the jerking and the
jerking and jerking. That's a fat foul pole.
That's hilarious, and that's the call that made Ben leave the studio. Ben was feeling good, like, okay, we're gonna
Part
talk,
of the thing. I know.
We're going to talk about something besides his hog.
Huge hog.
And now Ben's gone. Todd the trucker, what's up, Todd?
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning,
hey,
Todd.
Real quick, national assault on the media. I don't know if you guys caught it at the Bush race Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Guy got up behind the 2 announcers that was interviewing a stunt driver. I guess he used to be a stunt driver turned Bush racer. I guess he did did the stunts for the General Lee there at one time, but the guy was standing up behind the announcer with a homemade sign that said O&A rules with the XM radio sticker. You couldn't miss this guy plain as day.
Wow, nice.
Jumping up and down.
I think the video's up on opieandanthony.com. Let's check that out.
I missed it. I didn't get a chance. I left like the night. Didn't get a chance to see it.
All right, thank you, Todd.
All right, punch it out.
I don't know what he said at the end of his call, but I'm sure it was something nice.
Oh, while we punch that up, instant feedback, I just want to clear something up. It says, hey, Opie, were you kissing Ben to get on the big screen? No, it wasn't one of those moments, those awful things they do. That's usually an indoor hockey game thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where they show the couple inside the heart.
The kiss cam.
The kiss cam, and they put the heart, and you're supposed to look, and you got the people looking into the monitor, and oh, we're on!
Did you pop the big question, Ben, will you be my producer?
That is the worst.
Yeah. Sure. I need time to think about this. Such a big move.
Don't ask your broad to marry you at a sporting event.
No.
You look
or anywhere else for that matter.
All right, here's the assault on the media, Anthony, that happened over the weekend. These are happening on a weekly basis now.
Yeah.
Very good. Opie and Anthony sign in the background, an XM logo.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
And right behind the guys broadcasting. Very good job.
Oh, being a perfect pass. And then, look, they had to switch the shot.
Oh, and it's closer.
Yeah, but now the sign's closer.
What a pest.
Oh, that's a classic Opie and Anthony pest right there. Very, very good.
That's on
That was part of the Speed Channel, I guess.
Is that on Foundry or where?
Jesus, at least 100 people must have saw that, huh? Let's say hi to Tom in Virginia. Tom?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Morning.
Hey, Tom.
Friday night on Speed Channel, they're wrapping up all the driver interviews, and there's a big poster in the background of Opie and Anthony. No XM on there, though.
Yeah, I saw the XM. It was in yellow, so it was very hard to see.
Yeah, it was great, though. I was, telling my girlfriend all about it. She didn't understand what an assault on the media was.
Right. All right. Thank you, sir.
Punch it out.
All right. I don't think the one on the Speed Channel over the weekend is going to get the job done for the best one of the month of July, right?
Yeah.
Have we decided which one's in the lead?
I still think...
Are they still voting, Steve, on the assault of the media?
Yeah, they can.
I still like the guy
links
with...
are still up. I don't know.
Well, we have to make a decision.
The wow stickers over his boobs.
We have to decide who's in the lead, and then that's it. And that's what you have to beat for the month of July for the MiFi and a day in the studio with the program.
I like the guy with the wow stickers over his boobs. That was behind the cameraman. He had balls.
Okay, yeah. It's over, Paul. It's over. The new leader, as far as the Assault of the Media contest for the month of July, is Steve in Salem, Massachusetts. Anthony, he was the guy. Showed up behind Dan Housley. We know this guy because he did a lot of reports on us when we got fired. And Steve was just an annoying pest behind Dan. Messed him up.
Yeah.
Steve was topless, showing off his man boobs. His nips were covered with wow stickers, and he made a complete fool of himself.
Yeah.
It was a perfect assault on the media. Steve is officially in the lead for the Assault on the Media contest for July, okay?
Right.
And the winner for this month will win a MiFi and a day in the studio with the gang. Simple as that.
Is this a true story here?
What?
Man commits suicide after learning Harry Potter spoiler. A rabid Harry Potter fan took his life yesterday after inadvertently learning a plot spoiler from the soon-to-be-released Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince book. Jude Ralston, 32, of Hudson, Ohio, left a suicide note indicating that since he overheard the plot spoiler at a shopping mall earlier in the day, quote, "I no longer have a reason to live." Family and friends gathered for a candlelight memorial outside his home. Wondered if they could have done anything to prevent this tragic fate. When Jude got the vanity license plate that said Hogwarts, that seemed harmless enough, said Polly Clovis. We went to school with him, I guess. But when he started wearing the wizard hat around town, we really should have seen that as a cry for help.
No,
is that? Come on, is that true?
No, it's not. Read the bottom.
Okay. Okay, good. You're right. It's fake?
Yes.
Okay.
You scared me, Anthony.
Well,
you never know, though.
That's why I said, is this real? And I started, because I didn't read it. No. I just read the headline.
I'm sure Howard read this as a real story as he continues doing his fake, awful radio.
It sounded legit right up until the wearing the wizard hat around town. Only I do that.
Hey, can we play D&D as we go to break? Speaking of wizard hats.
Ooh.
Before we do that, though, I got a really funny thing that this guy I can't get enough of him.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
How Owen Wilson crashed out of school. This guy this guy's nuts.
Why do you hate Owen Wilson?
You are coming off as very petty.
Hate him? Are you
very jealous, Jimmy.
Jealous? Why? I'll never compete for parts with him. I don't comb my hair forward. He's terrific.
I don't. Oh,
this guy's a
bad boy. I don't get the obsession with
Dude, he's a bad boy.
Yeah.
How Owen crashed out of school. What?
Before you go down that road,
right?
You do realize that Owen likes to lick women's asses.
I completely. That's
what?
Fantastic.
Where'd you hear that?
Where was that story? We never got to it last week. It was the story of the week, and we never even touched on it.
Licks ass?
He likes to lick ass.
By the way, I saw the Team America uncut, uncensored thing over the weekend. Holy shit, was I laughing my ass off. That sex scene between the puppets, for how funny it was in the movie, it is so goddamn hysterical. When his face is buried in the puppet's ass, and then he pisses on her face, and she shits on it.
Are you serious?
Classic. It is so goddamn funny. I thought it was hysterical the first time I saw it when it was censored.
Can we just get that up on our website?
Oh, I gotta put it up there.
Just that?
Just that part. Just this sex scene.
By the way, you just spoiled Team America for me.
Sorry. Well,
that's a spoiler.
You know
I didn't need to hear.
It is funny enough.
No, I saw
even
the original.
Spoiled. It is funny enough. his puppet face buried in her ass. She's on all fours. He's on his knees behind her, just buried in puppet ass.
We fucked up Jimmy, though. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, please. You're the one. Let the crowd wait for their laugh. Here it comes.
Right.
All right. Because this guy is incorrigible. Wedding Crasher's bad boy, Owen Wilson, was always that way. And it just goes on to say the high school he was thrown out of. I got kicked out of St. Mark's High School for a bunch of Tom Sawyer pranks.
Cool. Could you do it with the pursed lips?
I'm sure that he did. Of course, he had, Cook Jim. I was caught wearing white socks, which was against uniform rules, Wilson said. I claimed I had athlete's foot. And then he stole a geometry teacher's book, which had all the correct answers, and he gave out the answers to classmates, so they got A's. I tell you, this guy, what a bad boy. I no wonder people are just enthralled with him.
He's something.
He's a maniac.
Wow. Well, when you grow up in that kind of environment, pulling gags like that, fame's right around the corner.
Comedy is just a natural progression for you. To be seen as a funny guy. When you're that good-looking, you purse lips, and you comb your hair forward, you wind up wearing white socks when you're not supposed to.
What is the problem with him and you?
No problem with him.
He's a good actor.
I agree with you. He is a good actor.
I like his stuff.
Oh, he's terrific.
He's, what's that, page 6? Got a big picture in with his locks just flowing in the wind.
Yeah.
I got the story in front of me, Anthony.
All right.
Sexy face.
This started out as a blind item that we talk about from time to time in the Post. Like they say, which Hollywood actor, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they're basically talking about this Hollywood actor that just loves looking ass so much that that's all he does. Like he brings girls back to his hotel, and they're expecting a night of romance and love. And he just flips them over and just goes to town.
Get your ass up.
I mean, if that's part of the lovemaking, whatever. But he is all about the ass.
Wow.
I bet he smells it too. I bet he likes to smell too.
So everyone was like
something in common. See, you share a common.
Sure do.
So everyone was trying to figure out who's the dude, that's into this, right? And, the headline in the Post says, Star won't scotch this tale. It takes more than a cheeky blind item in page 6 to aggravate Owen Wilson. We recently ran a Just Asking about a blonde stud nicknamed the Butterscotch Stallion.
Oh, no. You're kidding me.
His nickname is the Butterscotch Stallion, who brought a woman back to his hotel room and proceeded to lick her buttocks for over 2 hours.
Wow.
Butterscotch. Oh.
You might go in for a little, how do you do, but 2 hours, Jesus.
Just to let him know you're there.
Right. Hey, look at this. Look what I do now. But
I'm there and I care.
Well, that's why he's called the Butterscotch Stallion. Proceeded to lick her buttocks for over 2 hours.
This is in the Post?
Wow.
Post is turning into a hustler.
Readers familiar with Wilson's Butterscotch Stallion moniker correctly guessed his identity, but the easygoing actor was hardly embarrassed. It's like, who cares, Wilson told Rolling Stone when asked about the item. I play it as it lays.
Certainly does.
Okay, so I may not be the greatest lover in the world. Well, let's make that angle work. There's lots of different paths to the waterfall, he says.
Oof.
You don't have to be Don Juan.
Over the mud trail.
And wasn't it Gloria Steinem who said that women have to be responsible for their own orgasms? Well, I take her at her word. I'll do my best, okay, but at a certain point, you've got to,
No, I don't.
I do respect that, actually.
Yeah?
So, Owen Wilson, the Butterscotch Stallion.
Maybe that's why his lips are always pursy. He's trying to smell his upper lip from yesterday. He's trying to remember that gal.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Wow. And then she ratted him out.
Is there that much going on back there for 2 hours?
Sitting around with her yapping gal pals.
And he ate my ass.
And, how was it? You were with Owen Wilson?
2
Oh, yeah, how was it?
hours.
It's a little weird. He licked my ass for 2 hours. Hello? New York Post? Stop the presses.
Was he a good kisser? I don't know.
That's a whole movie.
Yeah. Butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I like that.
Yeesh.
Figures the rookie would just leave her there for 2 hours without helping her out, helping her relieve herself.
Give the old reach around.
Yeah.
Let's go, Barney.
La, 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 la. I'm not listening to you anymore this morning. Jesus Christ, are you fucking with me?
Problem?
Yeah. I can't listen to the whole hour now on replay because of the Harry Potter shit.
But you already know.
No, I don't. Because every time you guys go to say something, I turn it down.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Fuckers.
An ass. Yeah, why don't we hear this again as we go to break, Anthony?
Yes.
Some fine pest in Dallas just being an ass as everyone was getting their Harry Potter books on Friday.
Listen to the poor little kid.
At the end.
Snape kills Dumbledore. Snape kills Dumbledore. Hey, Snape kills Dumbledore.
Get a little harmonica. I'm sorry. I got my 12-sided die and I'm ready to roll with a wizard and my goblin crew. My friends are coming over to my mom's basement bringing Funyuns and the Mountain Dew. I got a big broadsword made out of cardboard and that stereo's a pumping Zeppelin. It's that time of the night, we turn on the black light. Let the Dungeons and the Dragons begin. It's D&D. Fighting with the legends of yore. It's D&D. Never kissed a lady before. Nope. Woo! All right. Take it home. A little solo for it. One more time. Now the Lord of the Rings, the Dark Crystal and things, we use these as a reference tool. And when we put on our cloaks and tell warlock jokes, we're the coolest kids at the school. No, we're not. I know. Now, Tack's a real bastard, but a fair dungeon master. He's got hit points and charisma to lend. And I rehearse in my room or what I call the Dragon's Tomb when I'm not out with my girlfriend. It's D&D. Whoa. You got a girlfriend? Yeah. No. It's D&D. Warriors who terrify. It's D&D. Virgins till the day we 1, 2, 3, 4 die. Yeah.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Oaday virus.
All right, can we play some of the Bob Kelly audio?
Of course.
Is there a Bob Kelly? Oh, from your CD? You son of a bitch.
This is the audio that everybody has been waiting to hear. Oh, here's the play.
Jim!
He's down, you're way down. He's down.
I snapped my knee, man. Oh, no. I broke my knee, man.
Get it. 911, dude.
I broke my knee, man. I broke my fucking knee, man. I broke my knee, man.
Hold on. Can I look at it?
I broke my knee, man. Oh, shit. I broke my knee, dude.
Dude, too?
I broke my fucking knee, dude. I heard it break, dude. Oh, no. I heard my knee break, dude.
You may just pop it. You're going to be okay.
I broke my knee, man. I can't bend my knee. I broke my knee. I broke my knee, man.
Hang on.
Relax.
Fuck!
Hang on.
God. I broke my knee, dude.
Hang on.
Got some ice?
Just leave this one flat.
Can we get him some water?
Hold my hand,
You
man.
want some water?
Oh, there it is. There it is. The hold my hand, man.
Hold my hand? At least it's not shit on my chest. That would have had more dignity to it. Drop a log on me, man.
Hold my hand.
What happened, Bob?
Man.
Let's go
You
back.
kidding?
Where?
My leg.
How did it happen?
I was playing football.
Where?
On my knee.
Oh, God love him. Give my condolences to the faggot. That was bogus.
We got more audio, Anthony, of Bob Kelly playing football.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
If someone get in the best of you. If someone get in the best of you. Has someone taken your face? It's real. The pain you feel. You trust, you must confess. If someone get in the best of you.
Congratulations to Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Winning another British Open. Wasn't even close this week.
He's a good
this
golfer.
Weekend, I should say. Yeah. He's a good golfer.
Yeah.
10 majors.
10 majors.
What's the record?
18. Jack Nicklaus. 18.
Jack Nicklaus. I loved him in that movie, The Shining.
He was great.
Hey, like I said, I make that mistake all the fucking time.
A golfer cook.
Anyway. Yeah, and a lot of people said that Tiger Woods was done.
Yeah. Well, a couple of years back, it was looking like he was in a bad slump, and they're saying his heyday over.
No, he was just proving that he was a man.
Right. He had that chick, and he was just banging her on an hourly basis.
That chick, you mean
his wife?
The
now.
11?
Yeah.
The Swedish model?
The Swedish model. He hooked up with her.
And he was sucking and fucking.
I heard he was the butterscotch golfer, they called him. Just burying his face in her ass.
He didn't have time to practice.
No, that's what happened.
He had to get all that effing out of the way.
You're just effing every hour on the hour. And that it kind of cut into his game, and it was there for everyone to see.
You got to remember to eat.
But now he's settled into a rhythm.
When you get into that new relationship, you got to remember, to eat.
Don't need no stinking food.
Sometimes you got to go, I got to breathe.
Yeah.
You'll blow off your friends.
That's it.
You'll blow off the rest of your family. You'll blow off your job when you get into a situation like that.
They're not making me feel good.
Huh?
Well, they're not making me feel good. Why would you go to work?
So he got a lot of that effing out of the way. Now I think he's settled down to just regular effing now.
Right.
He's down to the regular effing, and now he can start winning the majors again.
He's actually made it out to practice a few times.
That's right.
And he's back.
That's right. Now he's only doing it maybe 3 times a day instead of the 7 that he was doing.
Yeah. Imagine how hard it is to golf when you're just chafing down there, when you've just rubbed skin away from it.
Yeah, you gotta turn your hips.
Yeah, and you feel like, oof, ow. The tip is stuck to your underwear because you're just leaking. That's the worst.
Yeah.
You gotta pull your underwear away. Ow! Jesus. Wow. Like that's happening to him every day, like multiple times a day.
Oh, that's great.
That is the worst.
You forget to shower in the morning, your bag stinks.
He's on the golf course.
He's on the
he's with a smelly bag.
He tees up and goes to tee off, and he's just
Balls smell like garbage juice.
Stink.
He's too busy having other golfers smell his fingers instead of actually playing.
She's calling her parents every 10 minutes, but he's rich. I know, but he's rich. But I know. He's half Asian.
Not.
Yeah, play that angle. You think she's played that angle with her folks?
Oh, many times.
That's hilarious.
100%, of course.
Well, because she's got the pure blood in her.
Well, you know what their kids are going to...
Oh, of
shit.
course. Conglomerated, mulata, mongrel golfer.
But that's all that was. He had to settle down. He got married and had to get a lot of that effing out of the way. So he wasn't practicing as much, and now he's back.
Yeah, he could get away from the house for a little while to practice. That's all he needs, just a little.
That's all we're trying to say, if you think about it, really. Hey, before we move on from the Harry Potter thing, which, by the way, did we mention 6.9 million copies sold in the first 24 hours?
Yeah, that's huge.
That's smashing the record held by the previous Potter release.
Books are stupid.
And like you said, 250,000 sales per hour.
7 million copies of... That lady, she's got to be pulling in $80,000, $90,000 a year doing this.
I would say a bit more, Jim.
Perhaps more than that, even, gentlemen.
She's, I guess, one of the richest people in England.
I think
besides the royal family.
I think in the entire world.
How much?
Point.
She's over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion. Over $1 billion for just jotting down stupid names for things.
And the sorcerer.
Oh.
By the way, there was a whole conversation that went on.
Draco.
During the break.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. That's what happens when Ben bangs a chick without a bag.
That sounds like a Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Hogwarts.
Oh, is that amusing?
Yeah. They're so big that they got little Red Sox hats on them. Charm bracelets.
I doubt.
Anyway, I want to bring up the discussion we had about Eric during the commercial break.
Yes.
What? And his clothes.
He could do nothing right in Jimmy's eyes. I'm starting to side with Eric here.
Well, what was the comment you made?
I like Eric. It's not I just said, Eric, why are you dressed for your confirmation?
He's wearing a confirmation shirt today.
And so then Eric goes, is nothing good enough for you or something like that?
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized that Eric is now dressing to make you happy. Because you're the one
making a conscious effort every morning.
Notice he's not wearing his tiny little baseball hat that barely fits his head.
But I'm not unhappy with his dress.
Yeah.
Like you wear just a T-shirt and it just has a regular shirt on, but Eric would normally have these weird medium shirts with a T-shirt underneath that showcases gut and a baby hat. How do I not comment on that? Baby hat. And then and the alternative, he comes in like he's doing a video for Put on the Ritz. I mean, there's got to be a happy medium where you just put on a T-shirt. The jeans are fine.
Eric,
let me see. The sneakers are not bad. They're like denim sneakers, which are really cool if you're maybe in a Wham video. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those.
Eric, I want you to be honest. Mm-hmm. Are you now dressing for him?
Today I did, yes.
Yeah. You looked at something and probably said no.
Nope.
And you said, you know what, I don't want them commenting about my clothes, so I think if I wear this shirt, good old Jimmy will say nothing, right?
That is exactly why I wore this shirt.
Well, you shouldn't have given it away by still having pins in the back of it. A brand new
pins,
crispy shirt.
Cardboard in the collar.
It's all stiff. Itches because you haven't washed it yet.
Yeah.
Or washed it, as I say.
Wash.
It's not a bad shirt, actually. It's just weird to see in the morning.
Let's say hi to Josh in Oklahoma City. Josh.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ben's hog is so big, he uses the equator as a cock ring.
Is that another Drew Carey joke?
Oh.
Where's the Drew Carey audio? They're all the Ben's hog jokes.
Who stole those? All the listeners?
All the listeners.
Yeah, the listeners kind of jumped on board.
You bastards.
This is where they're getting all the Ben's hog is so big jokes.
My dick is so big, there's still snow on it in the summertime.
We heard
My
that
dick is
one?
so big, I went to the Viper room. My dick got right in. I had to stand there and argue with the doorman. My dick is so big, I have to call it Mr. Dick in front of company. My dick is so big, it won't return Spielberg's calls.
There's another one.
My dick is so big, it graduated a year ahead of me from high school. My dick has an elevator and a lobby.
Yep, that one.
Yeah.
My dick has better credit than I do. My dick is so big, clowns climb out of it when I come.
Where is this audio from?
Yeah, what is that?
That's actually Drew Carey's voice.
It's like doing a reading.
Yeah, sleepwalking.
This stinks.
My dick is so big, it was once overthrown by a military coup.
Did they have
it's
a
now
gun to
known
his
as
head?
the Democratic Republic of my dick.
Yeah.
My dick is so big, it has casters. My dick is so big, I'm already fucking a girl tomorrow. My dick is so big, ships use it to find their way into the harbor. My dick is so big, there was a movie called Godzilla vs. My Dick. My dick is so big, it lives next door. My dick is so big, I entered it in the big dick contest. It came in first, second, and third. My dick is so big, it votes. My dick is a better dresser than I am.
Okay, terrific.
My dick is so big, it has a 3-picture deal.
We heard that one.
My dick is so big that the head of it's only seen my balls in pictures. My dick is so big, Henry Aaron used it to hit his 750th home run.
Heard that one.
It's like the delivery.
My dick runs the 440 in 15 seconds.
It's like that somber delivery with the clear voice that you'd read like the AIDS dead You know, at the quilt dedication or something. Something important.
This is like the reading of the Titanic names.
Yeah, something like that. Reading of the names of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, God.
But it's dick jokes.
Where's this from?
I want to know what
what
in context what this is. Maybe he wrote them down.
Oh, book on tape. It's his book, and then him reading his book for books.
But isn't he supposed to be a funny guy?
He is funny. Yeah, maybe he's just reading these.
No, isn't he supposed to be a funny guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't like Drew Carey?
No. You don't like Owen Wilson. I don't like Drew Carey.
I don't hate him. I don't know him.
Good. I like Drew Carey.
His delivery is awful.
Well, in this, I think he's just reading.
My dick is the walrus. Cuckoo kajoo. No matter where I go, my dick always gets there first. My dick takes longer lunches than I do.
Yeah, this is really a weird situation. It's like something he's probably done on stage, maybe, but the delivery is him reading because it's books on tape. He's not doing his act.
And in a book, it probably looks good when you read a list of things like this. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
In a book form, it's probably
But
fine.
if you're a comedian, I mean, he's got to know this is boring as shit.
But it's the book on tape, not a recording of his live act or
Yeah,
something.
but why can't he just give it a slight oomph?
That's just it. What do you do? Do you do that, or do you just read it because it's book on tape?
Because instead you get this.
My dick contributed $50,000 to the Democratic National Committee. My dick was once ambassador to China. My dick is so big it's gone condo. My dick hit 370 in the minors before it hurt its knee.
That's funny.
My dick was almost drafted by the Cleveland Browns, but Art Modell didn't want a bigger dick than he was on the team.
See, they're funny lines, but the delivery is awful.
Yeah, that is weird. It's a weird thing. He probably toiled over that decision. What do I do? Do I read it with inflection, or is it's a book on tape? I'm just supposed to read. Not supposed to distract. You're supposed to just read it.
My dick is so big I use the Eiffel Tower as a French tickler. It's so big when it rains the head of my dick doesn't get wet. My dick is so big I could wear it as a tie if I wasn't so afraid of getting a hard-on and killing myself. My dick is so big I have to use an elastic zipper. My dick is so big it has feet. My dick is so big a homeless family lives underneath it.
Oh, boy. Okay. But that's where the listeners got the the Ben's hog
jokes.
All right.
Lifted him.
Before we move on from the Harry Potter thing, this is definitely worth checking out. Katie Couric interviewed J.K. How do you say her last name? Rowling?
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
I don't know.
The author of the Harry Potter books.
Harry Potter.
It was the exclusive interview, Anthony.
Exclusive?
Yeah, the only person in the United States to talk to J.K. Rowling.
How about that?
And it was Katie Couric, of all people. Because, you know, she does such a great interview. They're usually wonderful. Usually learn a lot about the person.
Yes.
That literary juggernaut known as Harry Potter continued to cast its spell on wizard wannabes all weekend, as copies of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince flew off the shelves faster than a golden snitch.
I get it. Oh, boy. See, what she's doing is she's...
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Wow, I needed a good laugh.
That's good stuff. Come on, right?
So is that what this is about? She's using terms from the book during her interview? Ugh.
Too bad one of the terms isn't middle-aged housefrau who dresses like a sailor. Semicolon twat.
You know, they talk about how she was dressed over the weekend in the paper today. Give me the post there, Eric.
Really? They're commenting on her clothes now?
They're awful clothes.
Saying that she wore a tiny little, jean shorts and was showing too much leg.
Ooh. Hot.
Very hot.
Oh, Queen Latifah, man. I can't wait to see her next film. That's going to be funny.
Sure. She's probably going to play the sassy black woman.
Mm-hmm. White man don't know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's too busy banking, going to college.
I like the trailers. I like the trailers where it's like, well, I'm going to put my foot up, yo. They put a sound effect in.
Ooh, wonder what she said.
I'll put my foot up, yo. Yeah. Catch Queen Latifah. Why don't you go yourself?
Hey, can you hold the whistle? Because I have to do one. I'm just a stupid. We did bring it down the house. Steve Martin's a real lover.
That's classic. All right, here we go. Katie Couric.
Oh, right, Katie Couric.
Katie Couric at the Mainland Restaurant at 64th and 3rd, sitting in low-rise jeans. Oh, it was jeans, okay. Sitting in low-rise jeans and showing a lot of skin and a metallic silver thong.
That's nice.
I can't.
She's doing the look.
I all of a sudden was making the butthead face. I'm just sitting here shocked.
She's doing the look that the young girls like to do. The low-rise jeans, and then you get to see a little of the thong.
Not on Katie. We don't want to see that on Katie Couric. Oh.
There you go.
How old a broad is she?
She's got to be at least, I don't know.
I mean, look, she's not a mess. I'm not saying that.
Was she 48, 49?
But there's an age where you don't wear that anymore.
Yeah, 14.
There's nothing worse than driving down the road and you see some chick from the back with like long blonde hair, kind of got a good figure, good shape from the back, and you drive up and you take that look, and it's like a 60-year-old grandmother with the rouge all over her cheeks and big red lipstick and eye makeup on. It's like a horror movie. You actually go, oh! Ooh, taken aback.
You realize she's wearing a wig? It's not even her hair.
Yeah, big wig.
What happens with the women, though? Like the younger women,
yeah.
They know how to, put on the makeup perfectly.
Yeah.
And something happens with age, and all of a sudden you're right. It's just a big smear red mess.
Where you live, it's the worst I've ever seen anywhere.
Yeah.
You walk the sidewalks up by where you live, and there's these old women with that makeup on and their face pulled back by, I guess, surgery, and but maybe they have problems with the loose skin. It's like trying to make up a bulldog or something. You got like a lot of flaps and folds going on. It's not tight like a drum. But it's easier to put paint on a drum.
But it's a big red smear that's not blended in at all.
Yeah, it's not because how do you blend in red with like white with transparent skin?
They start lipsticking outside the line.
Yeah, and then it wicks up the cracks.
Jesus, we all colored when we were kids. How hard could it be? You
Stay in the
goose?
line. Because old people, their lips disappear or something. You can have nice full lips in your youth, and then you get older, and their lips disappear, so they put lipstick on, and they make it bigger than their lips. And then because it's their skin now, and they got wrinkles above their lip, the red lipstick kind of wicks up that crevice, and now they got like spider web things of lipstick going up to their nose.
Probably because they put it on when their teeth are still in the jar, and so there's not a good lip thing, and then they put it in, and the teeth kind of blow the skin out.
Ooh. That's the other thing, too. All of a sudden, there's lipstick on their teeth.
On the teeth.
You don't see that with the young ladies out there.
And lipstick on the Chesterfield cigarettes. It's just that heavy lipstick. If you get a cup of coffee in a diner and there's lipstick on the cup, so disgusting.
It's awful. You ever find a condom and there's lipstick on it?
We've talked about that. When I used to have to commute on the train in,
yeah,
I would take the same train as all the older
biddies,
the older ladies coming in for the matinee. So they all get together and they're doing their makeup on the train and stuff. And wow. And their voices are deeper than mine. Like, what happens?
They cut all their hair off.
Because they probably were hot in their day. And, something happens and you wake up and you realize you married Bob.
They just give up.
Yeah, their hair is short.
Manly features.
Their voice is deeper. They're trying to, throw the makeup on themselves to look like they're female, but...
Yeah.
It's awful.
Just end up looking like, they like men. For some reason, old women decide they can't have long hair. And I don't mean like, have that long witch hair where it's, pure shocking white and down to their ass. But, there's a happy medium.
Yeah,
you don't need the crew cut, a marine cut. Yeah, your hubby loves that. Looking over and just seeing a hair that's shorter than his.
Yeah, if your wife comes home with a short haircut and goes, I love it, it's so much easier to take care of.
Yeah.
You are so done. You're
so
done.
Easy to take care of.
She just gave up. She gave up on you.
Right.
Congratulations. You just married your friend Bob.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, she started out as Jane 20 years ago, but now...
Not anymore.
Might as well start calling her Bob.
Or if you say something funny to your wife and she goes, "What's that, some kind of sick joke?" All I've ever asked of my Marines, they obey my orders as they would the word of God. Can we please get that sound clip? That's my favorite moment ever.
We need
in a movie.
we need a lot of sound clips.
We got to
a lot of
freshen
new
up.
sound clips.
We got to freshen up the instant replays.
Ooh, freshen it up.
Okay, so Katie Couric, why don't we go back to the first clip because now we went off on a 20-minute tangent, Anthony.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, Jimmy's birthday today.
No, it's
Fuck.
not. No, it's not.
Look at him. No, it's not.
Damn it! I
No,
knew
it's
there was
not.
something we forgot.
How old a guy
Wait
are
a
you
minute,
today?
let me see.
My birthday's not till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking.
What's the date?
19.
Wait, I'm not sure if it's the 18th or 19th.
19th.
Oh,
Oh,
Jimmy's
no,
birthday
I'm
tomorrow.
not even going to fake it. I don't know.
What are we going
When's
to do for your birthday?
Oh, nothing, guys. I no reason
Is
to
it
mention
tomorrow?
No, who thinks
Is it
about
today
that?
or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, but who
Is
thinks
it
about
tomorrow?
it?
Okay.
You want girls to line up and just take dumps on you all day tomorrow? Ooh. We got to do something for your birthday tomorrow.
Butterscotch comic.
I'm going to I'm going to Ozfest right after in Philly.
You are.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, Jimmy's
Lucky
birthday
you.
tomorrow.
Here's what I want for my birthday. I want Ben to wear saran wrap slacks with no underpants.
Finally get that mystery out of the way.
Hey, I sent the guy for coffee an hour ago. Where did he
Oh,
go?
my God.
Wait a minute, dude. Why didn't you ask me for coffee?
Because it was just while I was outside going.
I remembered your birthday.
You didn't. I had to sing quietly.
I actually faked it. I'm like, oh, wait,
Yeah,
is it
of course
Where'd
you
it go?
did.
Which one just
I'm a better actor than who, though.
Harry. An hour ago.
An hour ago.
Harry.
It wasn't an hour ago.
Wherever. How long was the last break? How long ago was that?
Half
20
hour
minutes?
ago.
20 minutes ago?
No, about 20 minutes ago. Hey, I need coffee too. Coffee diva. Can I get
take your coffee?
fucking?
I want one of those apple things I got last
time.
time.
Apple diva.
Remember when they shoved that?
Apple diva.
They shoved some kind of apple crumb cake looking
Why
thing
is
in a
Harry
bag.
still here?
Harry, what are you doing here?
Weren't you supposed to get coffee for Jimmy?
No one told me to get
Oh,
coffee.
I didn't
boy.
send you specifically. I put the thing up for coffee. I told one of those guys.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
No one-
I thought I sent you.
no one told me,
I did
sorry.
put it up. I pointed at the
All right,
Lapse in communication.
Well, that means I get coffee now too.
Right.
Can I get an ice, bro? You know how I like
I
it.
want the apple thing. What is it called, Jimmy?
The apple cake, low-fat apple cake.
Low-fat apple cake. For me.
Make sure they don't just throw it in the paper bag
Yeah.
this time.
What the hell was
Did
that?
I give you 20 before? Who did I give 20 to?
That's me. I still have the change.
Yeah, no need to give it back. Just
You don't need to give change of a 20 for a cup of coffee.
Harry, you happy that Ron and Fez are coming to 202?
Are they officially coming? I didn't hear the news, but if they are, I'm very excited.
Oh,
You used to work with those guys, right?
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of fun.
Why do you think Harry's been posting something he shouldn't?
I'm just asking him.
Okay.
You know it's illegal to post on message
I-
boards if you're an intern here.
I don't post anything on
No.
Whackbag or any website.
Any of the interns post? You hear? And what's the word on the street?
Not that I know of.
Go ahead, Ben. Ron and Fez Diva.
Post diva.
Post Diva.
Jesus, Ben.
Ozfest Diva.
All right, yeah, I need a grande ice, please.
Yeah, I'd like a medium iced latte with fat-free milk, and I'd also like a piece of low-fat cake, blueberry preferred. Doesn't have to be blueberry. It can be some other sort of low-fat cake, please.
Apple for me, sir. Low-fat apple cake.
But it's not really.
And if there's no apple, blueberry will not
Excuse
suffice.
me, but they're not really low-fat. They say it, but they're still,
You know what?
they're
though?
still going to make you chubby.
I'm eating a little bit of carbs today because I have a long day ahead of me, and I want a little bit of energy.
You need the energy,
I've been going
Jimmy.
to that little gym, just working out and checking out some figures.
Ooh. Why don't you go on, like, the South Beach diet?
Nah, it's no way. Then you put it all back on. I'm just going down slow.
Question?
If they do not have apple, what would suffice?
Finding a place that has apple for the
low-fat blueberry
no,
muffin.
hate blueberry.
Why?
It's awful.
Cleans you out.
I hate blueberries. Don't like them.
No?
Don't like them. No.
So anything but blueberry.
Nothing with goddamn peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
I just had to bring that up because I
Good.
hate it so much.
Starbucks isn't a fan of peanut butter. I've never seen
Good.
peanut butter.
I
stuff
have. There was
there.
a peanut butter thing. It was so rich. It was sinful. That's what me and my
Ooh.
friends would always say.
Just put it this way.
By the way,
There better be apple.
we talk about Starbucks every day. Why can't we get a Starbucks machine like they have in Washington?
Because the
I've been
same-
asking for this for 3 months. 4
Because-
months, maybe.
Because that's probably mixed in with the TV commercial somewhere.
Right.
In the billboard.
All right.
Marketing.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Anyway,
where were we?
Katie Couric,
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling interview. By the way, the South Beach diet thing was a setup for a pretty good joke, and now...
What? I didn't.
Now,
What was it?
now,
To me. What was the?
Oh boy!
Someone interrupted.
Now you got to do it.
I was going on. No, because now I know it's going to bomb.
But no one knew you were doing it. That
No,
was like a
see,
serious
that's
question.
not fair of you. This is not fair of you.
I was frustrated.
Then you shouldn't have brought it
I
up.
was frustrated because I really thought I had a good line. I set you up with, why don't you go on the South Beach diet?
And he said,
what'd you say?
Nah, because then you put it right back on. Like,
And
that's
then,
why.
then you had to like talk about apple stuff and
Oh, he
peanut
had a
butter
question.
stuff and blueberry stuff. Oh, so Harry wrecked my line?
Yeah. Harry was like on the mic like this, like.
And he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
All right, I'm prepared to bomb. I'm not
No,
going to play this game.
don't prepare.
So I was going to go, Jimmy's not on the South Beach diet. He's on the South Bronx diet. Hookers and losing weight. And yeah. But you can see where it could have been cute in the right context.
I think you'd have gotten blank stares. That was a little vague. If you could have brought it around a little more.
Well, I was trying to think of a
few more details.
very popular hooker
Right.
location.
Yeah.
I got one. Jimmy's on the South Orange diet. All right.
But
Yeah.
South Bronx. You can't do better than South Bronx if you're going to try that joke,
Maybe
right?
I'll eat Mexican food. Go on the south of the border diet.
Oh!
The South Beach diet.
Or maybe I'll only eat black people and go on the South diet.
All right. Katie Couric and J.K. Rowling interview. This was a exclusive. And now they're running it on the Today Show. It's such a big interview. It's a huge interview for the fine folks at the Today Show. So, all right, here we go. So let's start with the first one again. I guess we're doing this because Katie has to, like, get some of the terminology from the book.
Is that it right there?
Yeah. Oh. We're taping it.
That literary juggernaut known as Harry Potter continued to cast its spell on wizard wannabes all weekend, as copies of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince flew off the shelves faster than a golden snitch.
Oh, how many references?
That's what we're getting at. These are all the references.
Flew off the shelves.
Eric did a good
Half-breed
job with
prince.
this. And Nathaniel?
Mongrel wizard.
So, faster than a golden snitch. Now,
The wizard isn't.
I saw the Harry Potter movies, and the golden snitch, it's pretty fast.
Oof. I couldn't tell you.
Stephen J.K. Rowling! Call it Hogwarts heaven for those chosen few aficionados, most of whom had won contests hunting for Harry's most bewitched fans.
Harry Potter rocks!
So needless to say, I felt privileged J.K. Rowling granted her only Half-Blood Prince television interview to a muggle like me.
Oh, my God.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
See, she's getting into the spirit of the
Right.
Harry Potter thing. She's a muggle, Anthony.
She's getting into character.
What the fuck is a muggle?
You might
A
wanna
muggle like me.
Can you hit that warning we used to have so I can, I can explain what a muggle is?
All right, hold on a minute.
I had that rolling around in my head.
I haven't used that in so long, I don't even know where it is. So
Oh, we
hold
better
on.
find it. We better find it because I'm really Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Muggle,
now?
muggle.
Where is it?
Oh. Raging Bull.
Wow,
Your
you-
mud is muggled in.
Oh, you moved it way down there. Okay.
Warning, warning, C-word alert, C-word alert, warning, warning.
A muggle is a curmudgeon.
Easy with the language.
Let's go to Dugout Doug from whackbag.com.
Let me just start off by saying that Jester has me in his sights. Finger on the button. Maybe Jimmy can eat munchkins and go on the Good Witch of the South diet.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm off the hook.
Wow.
Wow, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Dugout Doug, for getting me off the hook.
Crash.
All right.
No,
Wow.
I wouldn't even dignify that with a crash.
All right, here we go. Some more
That's a
more Katie Couric references to the Harry Potter books in her exclusive interview with J.K. Rowling.
I've worked very hard on it, but if 15 years ago, if someone had said, you know, yeah, you'll publish it, it will be popular, there will be guns involved, Sorry, really, it's surreal, isn't it?
Meanwhile, Rolling's money keeps, well, rolling in.
Rolling in, get it? Everything's got to be a little quip.
Who writes this shit?
Drivel.
And the way she delivers it, and Rolling's money keeps, well,
here it comes.
Rolling in.
Mm. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your wizard hats.
Let's say hi. Let's say. All right. Let's say hi to Jim. Jim.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hi.
A muggle is a Marauder mongrel class of wizard. It's basically a half.
Don't try to cover up your bomb by explaining.
Well, you know, what do you want?
He did. He tried.
He almost cleared his throat. That's for the muggle.
I'm driving. What do you want from me?
Yeah, you can't be funny and drive at the same time. You silly goose.
Not in Atlanta, that's for sure.
Hotlanta.
Yeah.
You ought to drive
that
that through
sounds great.
Freaknik and just yell muggle out the window and see how many people
That's it.
chase your car.
All right.
Freaknik, fine timing.
Punching out, guys. Take care.
All right. Let's get back to the exclusive interview here.
And as she looks forward to a literary life beyond Harry Potter, Jo says she'll savor her final journey aboard the Hogwarts Express.
Ugh. I got to tell you, I really hope Katie Couric is getting on a train and she gets pressed between the train and platform and her stomach and heart leak out her asshole.
Man.
You know how they trap people but they're still alive?
Yeah.
Because they're compressed. You know how hard it must be to breathe? Like when you know you're
probably
compressed?
be pretty rough.
They've shown that on some of those shows where you're alive until they have to move the train and say, well, guess what, dude?
It's like, you're done for.
All right, say goodbye to your wife and your kids.
But how do
Anything
you-
else you want us to do? Because we have to move this train along because people are waiting to get home.
People got to get to work.
Consumers
Right.
looking at you. Dude, what are you doing down there?
You're holding up the train.
Because you're right, like your whole bottom half is gone and you're just going to bleed to death, but it's all.
That was in Signs, too.
Was it in Signs?
Remember that? His wife got pinned against a tree. And the guy driving pinned her against a tree, and he got there and talked to her. And she said all that wacky stuff. Remember?
Did she die?
Remember Signs? Of course she did.
She was pinned against a tree?
But why do you have to remove the... Why do you have to move the car?
Just leave it there?
Just build a house around her.
Right.
Why do you kill her?
Drill a hole through the back of the tree so you can bang her?
Why are we so pompous as a society? Why can't we let that person live?
Just leave him there.
Just leave the car, the tree, and the person in between the two?
I think there could be a problem.
I think they could still have a productive life.
Maybe get into some kind of a computer work.
Right.
Where you can just set up a keyboard on the hood.
And who decides that it's time to remove the car from that situation and then the person dies?
Just leave them there until...
Yeah, build a structure around them so they don't get wet when it rains.
I don't think you're looking at the big picture here.
Why?
Well, I believe they would probably pass on quite quickly.
What do you mean?
I
think Jimmy made it perfectly clear.
You
Everything's
need those organs.
Everything is still intact.
Yeah.
No, everything is smashed. Everything, your intestines would probably be gone. And
I saw it on TV with the whole train thing too. You stay alive until they remove the train, and then and then everything just flushes out of you.
Right, it comes out of all the holes that are in you from.
So why can't we just build another subway line and let that person live?
Because people got to get to work.
All you do is just you cut them out, but you leave enough pressure on the back, and then you just cut out a piece of the platform and you send them home. Like you just tie, like you cut a piece of the platform and you kind of tie it with a belt or some type of rope around
to
them.
keep it tight.
So they always have they have train back and platform around them at all times, and mangled root legs, bloody root legs. Stay off of the white.
Maybe we'll be doing that.
Let's say hi to Ed in Jersey. Ed.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Chicken Lips.
Hello, awful name.
Yeah, I know. Did you guys wish to know what a muggle really is?
Yeah.
A muggle in the book is people who are non-magical people. So the wizarding community refers to regular people as muggles.
Oh.
You see, I'm a fag and I read all the books.
Ugh,
so.
you certainly are.
Yes, well, I'm not really
Which
a
means
fag.
it's perfectly fine to stereotype. There's nothing wrong with it.
I hear you.
If we're going to stereotype, we might as well stereotype.
I think so. I think you're correct. But I didn't actually go out and buy the Harry Potter broomstick that vibrated. I missed out on that one.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
Bye.
A couple of pissed off people.
Why?
The spoiler for Harry Potter.
Stop it, you faggots.
But I got to tell you, people ruined it for me. They ruined the World Series of Poker. Yeah.
You know what should be the spoiler for Harry Potter? The first time you fuck a girl.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a spoiler. All of a sudden, no interest.
Wow, who cares what a muggle is?
All right, we have one more.
A muggle is now what you leave on her back when you're finished. Give me a towel. There's a muggle in my hair.
And you can see more of my exclusive interview with J.K. Rowling, including more questions from you muggles at home, tomorrow on Today.
She said it again.
This is what passes for entertainment for everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
Oh, she's just awful.
Thank God you're out there to entertain us.
Muggle. Do the same line again. Muggles like me. The money keeps, well, rolling in.
Rolling. Get it? Name?
All right, you guys know the Insects song?
Yeah.
Better watch out or the insects will get you.
Uh-huh.
Good old Pepe. He's good for a tune every once in a while for the program.
Mm-hmm.
He did a swinging remix of the Insects song.
Hoo-hoo. Is this a rip-off, though?
Why?
Richard Cheese.
Oh, it sounds a lot like Richard Cheese.
It sounds like Richard Cheese. Tell him, Fred.
Richard Cheese is definitely going to be pissed off. Cause
I would be.
It has the Richard Cheese feel to it.
The guy's kind of lifting his act.
Well, he heard Richard Cheese and the boys do
Shit Dick.
Their version of Shit Dick. So Pappy said, you know what? I'm going to do my version of Insects.
All right.
Dedicate this one to all the pests out there. Better watch out or the insects will get you. I said you better watch out or the insects will get you. Listen up. If you accidentally fall in the water, you're in trouble. Spiders will come after you. You better watch out or the insects will get you. Look out now, you better watch out or the insects will get you. Run for cover, all you trainables. Flies will try to steal your food. Pappy don't like them, they're disgusting. Get the bug spray fast, cause they're in the room. Oh, you better watch out or the insects will get you. I say you better watch out or the insects will get you. Better watch out or the insects will get you. Anthony sleeps in a plastic bubble cause he heard you better watch out or the insects will get you. Some of that oxy powder kills the bugs. Better watch out or the insects will get you down.
Wow. Not bad. The most amazing part, he was able to understand the words that retard was singing during that song to write them down.
Yeah.
I never knew those were the words.
All right, let's say hi to Jack in Boston. Jack?
Hey, I got a term from Harry Potter I think Norton would get a kick out of.
All right.
The slang for a half wizard, half muggle is a mudblood. When they get tired of yelling about mongrels, they can throw in mudblood instead.
Maybe we should have some Harry Potter terms for the Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, I'd love that.
That could be the bit today.
Ooh.
Maybe working off the word muggle.
Or a few other words.
Or a few other words like hogwart.
You already have that.
Hogwarts. I don't know. We'll throw it out there, see if maybe something can develop there. All right.
This Richard Cheese ripoff has an originality index of 0. Wow. He's getting bashed because of the ripoff thing.
Is that Richard C. at yahoo.com?
From Los Angeles, California.
Thanks, baby girl.
All right, why don't we
Did they have Apple?
Yes, they did.
Ooh. Did they, wrap it up, or did they just throw it in the paper bag
There's,
again?
a little piece of, I guess
Poke your fingers in the bag.
I'm
what are you
holding
doing?
the outside of the bag.
No, your fingers were inside the bag.
Your fingers were in that bag?
Your fingers were in the bag.
May I
Don't
point
you
out?
know how to
Don't
touch the
touch it
apple?
anymore.
I didn't touch.
Don't you know how to present the apple cake to Anthony?
I was trying to show you the inside.
The bag
by
at a
holding
45-degree angle.
Come in with the cake.
Come in with
the cake.
That's right.
Come in with
Come
the
in
cake.
with the cake.
Now look what I have
Come
to
in
do.
with the cake.
Now I have to rip off the part of the
Hoo,
bag
hoo.
with that you touch the inside of, because now when I pull the cake out, it won't touch the part of the bag that you were touching.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you put a fork between your ass cheeks and bring it to me? Because I have to eat this. I'm gonna eat it with my bare fingers.
Anthony,
Yeah,
don't you want
my
don't you want milk with your?
No.
Are you sure you don't want
Well,
milk?
maybe
with
a little bit
with your apple cake.
I need a fork.
Milk. Come in with the 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 milk. He is to open the bag with his right hand and hold the bag out to me at a 45-degree angle so I may reach into the bag without touching the paper. If there is any variation of these instructions, even to the smallest degree, the entire process must be repeated from the beginning. Come in with the milk. Repeated. Come in with the milk. From the beginning. Come in with the milk. Repeated. Come in with the milk. 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 Come in with the milk.
It's E-Rock Radio.
I love E-Rock.
We love E-Rock Radio.
E-Rock? What's that?
E-Rock Radio.
Yeah, I like them.
It's hot.
It's cool. E-Rock. E-Rock? E-Rock Radio.
He's evil.
He's a bad guy.
He's not true to himself, and he's just ugly, and his nose is falling off.
I don't love it.
He's an asshole.
Eric Nagel is this he's this bisexual, incompetent radio guy, believe it or not.
I don't like listening to him. He's not really that smart.
E-Rock can go fuck himself. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. The ONA virus spreading across America.
Certainly is.
Frenchie's coming in today. Wow. An action-packed show. Only the
What a
biggest
guest.
guest for this show. Jesus. We got Frenchie and Big Kev in studio with audio from Comic Book Convention.
I got juiced as soon as I walk in and saw the prep sheet.
The big Comic Con.
All right, well, another action-packed show for the boys.
Star-studded, I'd say.
I heard tomorrow's actually a big day for guests.
Yeah? Hey, Kev.
We actually have celebrity. What did they do? Little promos for us?
Yeah, show IDs.
Show IDs, Opie?
Oh, well.
From some of the biggest celebrities in Hollywood.
Show IDs are very important to a radio show.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
What, the biggest celebrities in Hollywood?
Keanu Reeves was there.
No, he wasn't.
No?
No, I saw on the commercial.
Who were some of the bigger guests at this comic book geek fest?
There were a lot of people there. Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
That'd be cool to have an ID from her.
Who the fuck is she?
Who's Kate Beckinsale? What'd she do?
From
which one?
Laurel Canyon and all that.
Right.
Underworld.
Underworld.
Van
Dude,
Helsing.
she was there?
She's one of the
Van
hottest.
Helsing?
She is. She's one of the hottest
Unbelievable
actresses
gorgeous.
in Hollywood. Working today, Anthony, as they say.
Working today.
Also there was Charlize Theron.
Holy crap!
Oh.
A Charlize Theron ID. I could handle that.
She's huge.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I did.
Quite
I
the
didn't
looker.
say,
I can't wait to hear all
So we
these
got-
great IDs you got for the show.
We got one from Charlize and one from Beckinsale.
Who else was there?
Who else was there?
Who else did we get?
I didn't get IDs from
You didn't get from...
those two.
Well, obviously, there were bigger stars there
Oh.
that Kev was able to get IDs from. Very exciting. If there are bigger stars, if he was so busy getting them from the bigger stars than Charlize Theron, they must be just the best.
The Today Show is now doing the Newlywed Game, Anthony.
What?
As Matt Lauer is the host.
We pot it up.
Are they going to recreate the
Hey, can we
in
Harry,
the butt?
Harry Potter it up.
All right, Alan, what song best describes your relationship with Sarita?
Whoa! Well, this is our second time around, and I think we got it. I think we figured this
Have you
thing
been
out.
married
So,
before to her?
No.
No?
But this is our second time dating.
Oh,
We
okay.
reconnected.
That's a hot little
So I'm
piece
gonna
of
say
chocolate there,
always
that
and
guy's
forever.
wife.
All right, cool. Now, Mark, what song best describes your relationship with Sarah?
I would have to say, I believe Fred Astaire sings it. The way you sip your tea, the way you sing off key, you can't take that away from me.
I thought it was
that best describes
in
the
the
two of us
butt,
together.
Matt.
Okay.
In the
Well,
butt.
Finally, Nick, what song best describes your
that
relationship
gag.
with
Yeah.
Kim? Can I sing it? Sure.
look at
But
this
I can't
geek.
sing. Well, then don't
Eric
sing
Logan.
it. It's And I Will Always Love You.
Oh, look, he was getting choked up.
We'll let that go. Do we have time for the bonus
I like
question?
to bite his neck.
No.
It sounded like he got
No
choked
time
up
for the
there.
bonus question? All right, let's bring the ladies back, okay?
Yeah.
Come on, ladies. Come on back.
Where's the strangest place you've ever made whoopee?
In the butt.
In the butt. So back to Big Kev. So we're looking forward to getting the audio of your fine trip to L.A.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we are. This is star-studded. You went 3,000 miles for this.
Adrian Brody listens to the show.
Adrian Brody.
Does he?
Oscar winner.
I love
Adrian Brody.
All right, well, I look forward to playing that ID from time to time. That's another good one.
The pianist.
I didn't get an ID from.
Why?
How did you
He
not
listens
get
to
an
the
ID
show.
if he
Why wouldn't you
listens
get
to
an
the
ID?
show?
How do you know he listens to the show?
I asked him.
What was he going to say? No? He
Yeah,
probably told
no.
me Anthony. Oh, those guys.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
actually,
yeah, those guys. Hey, by the way, if you're a big celebrity and you're listening to the show,
Adrian Brody, call in.
give the show a call, please.
Come on, Adrian.
We did this last week, and the biggest celebrity was Richard Cheese. We're trying to do a little bigger than Richard Cheese today. And if you're listening to this on replay, because I know that's what they do in Hollywood there, then call the show when we're live, please, the next time you're up early.
Yeah.
Because we want to see what big stars are listening to the Opie and Anthony program.
That's right.
That's an ongoing thing.
So what did Adrian Brody say?
Actually, it was him and Jack Black and Naomi Watts, and Jack Black was saying that he had a good time when he was on the show, and that the three of them ought to go in and do the show when Kong comes out. Or come
Right.
and do the show.
And now, where did that come into Adrian Brody all of a sudden having a WOW sticker on his car?
Where's this audio? Now I got to hear it.
What happened with Adrian Brody? What did he say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's what I just said.
Adrian Brody probably went, yeah, cool, we'll do that.
Yeah.
How did you just said that Adrian Brody listens to the show?
No, I said to Jack Black that.
Didn't he say that Adrian Brody listens to the show?
Yes. I did say that.
So then, well, how does that...
Well, shut up and I'll explain it, Jeff.
Kev is right.
Kev. Whoa, Kev.
Kev is right. Go ahead, Kev. My apologies.
You gonna take that?
Got a set of balls.
You gonna take that, Jimmy?
After Tenacious D played and they came off stage, I approached Jack Black and I said who I was, and he said, "Oh yeah, I remember we played foosball in New York when he and Colin Hanks were on."
Yes.
And he then greeted Adrian Brody and Naomi Watts and said, "Oh, this is."
Hey, Kev, could you speak a little softer because only 99% of the audience just fell asleep.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead. No, this is good.
We all want to talk like you. It's early, but a little energy.
Yeah, come on, Masterpiece Theater.
They were
Masterpiece Theater.
They were playing foosball, and I believe the score was 5-4.
Fine.
When they had to go back in the studio to
Tiger Woods
continue the
putting for birdie.
That's the story.
interview with you guys at that time.
That's it. That's the story.
No, it wasn't. There has to be
The
more.
end.
There has to be more.
That's it.
All right. Let's say hi to Sean Penn. Sean?
Oh.
Hey.
What's up, Sean?
All right, how y'all doing?
Pretty good. Sean Penn, everyone, calling from Hollywood. Big star listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. I told you these guys are out there. What's up, Sean?
Hey, man, I just want to let y'all know that I do listen to you on the mornings I get up and I go work out.
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey,
No problem. I think y'all have got a great show, so...
Could you do me a favor? Fast Times at Ridgemont High, one of my favorite movies of all time. Can you just reenact one of your classic lines from the movie?
Do a little Jeff Spicoli.
All right. This is actually my favorite one. My favorite one I've ever done. All right, you ready?
All right, Sean Penn, everyone.
Okay, listen to this. You know what that was?
What?
It was my skull, man.
Right, when he's hanging out talking to his buddy from the bathroom.
Yeah, and I hit my head with the van shoe.
Right.
But I thought the line, Sean, was, "It's my skull, I'm so wasted."
Well, yeah, I didn't think you guys would remember the actual words, so I
No, Sean, we remember every word from that movie. Well, your character was great in that.
Yeah, can you do one more line for us, please? While we have you for this couple of minutes.
I'm going to Europe and jam with the Stones.
Yeah, it's got to be Sean.
He's going to wing on over to London and jam with the Stones, but
London, Europe, it's over there.
Yeah.
All right, Sean. Thank you so much for calling from Hollywood.
All right, you guys doing a great job. See you.
Bye,
Sean.
I love this.
Well, we might as well go right back to the phones because all the big celebrities, they're getting up now and having their morning coffee. It's Samuel Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Samuel. Hi, Sam.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Well, I got it right off the bat, I got to tell you, and you probably hear it all the time. Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Thank you very much.
You don't
want to hear a line from it?
Yeah, let's hear a line from that
please.
Movie. Swine is a filthy animal.
Great.
Don't eat swine.
When they're in the diner? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
But you don't really give it the oomph you did in the movie.
Yeah, I'm not
tired.
really hearing the inflection you used in the movie.
Still.
You mean I don't sound the same as I do in the movies?
No, he's still. He's probably still
close.
waking up.
It's close. It's real close, but you put a little more into it in the movie.
I understand all you black actors. You wake up white, and slowly but surely, after you have your coffee and stuff, you get the ghetto back into your
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's different. When I sit with Katie, I sound like this. When I sit with Oprah, I don't sound like this. I say, "Hello, there's Oprah. How are you doing?" Punch out.
All right, well, and then Jackson there knows the lingo of the show. That's very good. Let's say hi to Cameron Diaz calling from Hollywood. Cameron?
Yeah, this is Cameron.
Hi, Cameron. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Thanks for calling.
Justin's over here nudging me a little bit. Hold on.
Justin Timberlake is in bed with you.
Yeah.
This is an exclusive, Anthony. We enjoy when celebrities call from the bed.
Yeah.
Well, he's got it. He's bend.
Your voice, it must be very early in the morning. Well, it is over there in Hollywood because your voice is a little, just a little raspier and maybe even a little deeper than I'm used to hearing it.
Well, let me put the cigar up. Hold on a second.
All right. You smoking cigars? Maybe that did it.
Any better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
All right, now that's the Cameron Diaz we all know.
Okay.
You were very good in Something About Mary.
Well, that spooge in my hair worked out really well.
Yeah, and I liked how you were in the movie kind of like without a bra on. It was very sexy. Very sexy. I enjoyed it.
Oh, we're getting a problem with the phone.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's all right. Maybe Justin rolled over and fell over it when they kissed.
Why don't we take one more here and say hi to Jackie Chan.
Wow.
Calling from China. Jackie.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Jackie. Jackie Chan, everyone.
I've been practicing my English.
And it's getting a lot better, I
yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought maybe that was some kind of put-on, that you would be in those movies and not be able to speak English, but you sound fine.
You guys got me. All right.
I liked you in that. I liked you in that one movie, the movie with the cop, and like you can't communicate with each other because you're Asian and he's a muggle.
He's a swoogie.
Oh, you are learning a lot of words.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yep, that was it.
That's it. That's the line. I nailed that one.
Very good. All right, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you so much.
Punch it out.
We got one more, actually, Anthony, calling from New York City.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Oh, hi. This is Jimmy Norton. I'm a big fancy person. How are you guys today?
Well, hi.
Jim Norton.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a big Hollywood guy. I'm on the Jay Leno show. Maybe you guys saw my performance?
Yes, we did, Jimmy Norton.
Okay, and I think I'll be in Washington at Caroline's this weekend, punching out.
Washington, Caroline.
What? He's all over the
place. Guy's trying to do fake plugs. He doesn't even know the venues.
From what I remember, Jimmy plugged a lot better than that. Jesus, Jimmy would have said something about Cleveland this coming Saturday on the Late Show. Maybe have tickets, but that's just Jimmy, Ticketmaster.
Right. Speaking of which, I got something for you, Jimmy.
Ooh.
Your days of calling Ticketmaster for tickets to see old Jimmy Norton July 23rd at the Cleveland Odeon are over.
Oh, what smartasses. That is funny.
That was a good one.
We can't end this bit without going to Tom Cruise.
Wow,
Tom?
the biggest star in Hollywood. Tom, you listen?
Yeah, hey, it's Tom Cruise.
What's up,
Wow.
Tom?
I'm sitting here in bed with Rob Thomas.
All right, an exclusive.
Yeah, I thought the rumors were true.
Put some lube on that first. Oh, shit. I got to let you go. Punch it out. Oh.
He knows the show lingo.
There you go. Only the big stars for the program.
He ruined that bit fast.
He certainly did.
Awful overacting. So wait, what? Because we interrupted Kev. He was actually finishing his story.
Oh, yeah, big Kev.
Oh,
No,
right.
No, I finished the story.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
You didn't.
No, I did. Who could
You
tell?
lied.
No.
You said originally Adrian Brody listened to the show.
Right.
So then you said Jack Black came off stage and said to Adrian Brody, we should go on the show. Where does I listen to the show come into that story? That's what I didn't catch
Jack
it.
Black said, "Oh, he's from the Opie and Anthony show, and they're on satellite radio." And Adrian Brody says, "Oh yeah, XM, I listen to that."
Oh, XM, I listened to that. Okay.
Sorry, I drew a conclusion.
All right.
Yeah, you took a big step there.
I
Sorry.
got it.
Let's say hi to Sarah Jessica Parker, Anthony, calling from New York City. Sarah?
Hey, fellas.
Hey. Hi, Sarah.
I was just leaving the set, and my driver had your show on, and to be honest, I didn't like it. 2 years ago, I heard you call me Ruth Buzzy, and I did not appreciate that.
Well, you kind of look like you could be Ruth Buzzy's daughter.
You know what? I don't think so. And if you guys want to come down to the set, we can work this out.
Set of what?
Think faster, Jessica.
All right, Kirstie Alley. Good morning, Kirstie.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Kirstie Alley?
Listen, I'm a big fan of this show. I just get tired of Jimmy making fun of me all the time.
I don't mean. I'm just trying to be silly.
I love to say best there. Sweet bits.
Oh,
what is that? A bad phone?
She's eating her phone. Having a problem taking a bite out of it.
All right.
Can you just shut the F up? Yeah.
Pat.
Battle station. Battle station. Dive. The Puerto Rican lady stands up. Boyfriend turns to me and goes, "Oh, now you put her in battle mode." Like she's a friggin' transformer. I put her in battle mode. Even he went like, "Oh, that's it. Nothing I can do." She in battle mode. Oh, well, you turn it off. Up switch.
That's very funny. People are
using this poker.
Taking liberties with our clips.
Let's go to Martin in New York. Martin?
Sorry.
Hey, Martin!
Hey,
Martin!
I got a little birthday present for Jimmy Norton.
Oh, yeah?
Here on the post on the page 33.
Yeah.
The women, they want their Botox where? Yes, female patients are getting their Botox in super sensitive areas.
Ooh. Oh, to like puff up the vag?
You read the article. That's not really what it is, but yeah, it sounds like it.
They try to be racy and they just spoil it.
What is it all about?
Oh, I guess some woman got Botox in their underarms and it quit perspiration, and the rest of the article goes on to how women are getting Botox in their bikini line.
Ew, good fat underarms. That's attractive.
Yeah.
You can't tell
But,
if
you
you have
know,
lymph
they're
node
getting
cancer.
closer and closer
why
for
would
you, Jimmy. Nice, meaty.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Nice
I'm with you
puppy.
on that one.
When,
All right.
when a girl wears panties, I want it to look like when Freddy Krueger is coming through the wall. Remember the way his face outlined the wall?
All stretching out, pushing out.
Yeah.
You want that little thumb coming out of there?
Lovely.
I want an obscene lump that she's embarrassed to wear anything but a skirt with. I want her whole high school life to have been tortured with pussy buried in the locker while she put her underwear on. She was so worried the other girls would look at it and call her silly putty box.
I smell bit.
What?
Every time you describe how you want a woman to look down there, you come up with a new analogy.
Yeah.
A new one.
It's wonderful.
All right, guys.
You
Hey,
do
great
the
last 2 weeks, by the way.
Thanks, bud.
Whatever.
Smashing radio.
Whatever.
Smashing.
Maybe that's today's bit. We're always looking for the bit of the day.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to do?
Well, Norland just does a great job describing the vag and how he wants it to look.
Yeah.
You've come up with 5 or 6 already. I've been keeping track.
You want the listeners to come up with something like that?
Well, maybe
You're a
not.
madman.
Well,
Well,
maybe-
the Freddy Krueger thing's brilliant.
Or maybe Nathaniel or somebody could put a few of them together. If it doesn't have to be now, but it could just be something.
Find
keep
them.
track of that because he did 5 or 6. He did the chimp's mouth, right, or whatever. The chimp's. I don't want
Chimp's face.
Chimp's face.
Scooby snack.
Scooby snack.
Been a lot.
Been a lot. All right, with so many stars checking it. I don't know if we have the time now, Ant. It's a big
boy,
show in
I
Hollywood.
knew there had to be a couple at least, but man, there's quite a few.
Owen Wilson, what's up?
Hey, I'm a great big fan of your guys' show.
Hi, Owen.
But they had the story wrong in the paper.
It actually
it was
sounds
Wes
like him a little bit.
Anderson's ass. I was looking for 2 hours.
What?
Wes Anderson's ass?
Oh.
It was Wes
See,
Anderson's
'cause-
ass. I was looking actually for the last 5 years.
Because he does a lot of Wes Anderson films, so
Right.
that would be the.
Well, that's
ass
funny,
looking
Owen.
He was doing.
Not too funny though.
You're a car.
All right, Owen, thank you.
Ouch.
Won't you join me?
No. Pat Battle doesn't allow it.
Oh, please, can we hear that again, please?
The nightmare
continues. No.
The Pat Battle nightmare continues.
Won't you join me?
No. Pat Battle doesn't allow it.
Allow it. No. No. My health doesn't allow it.
Pat Battle.
Oh, it's the greatest. I want to go ballistic with Pat Battle clips, believe me.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ones I thought of.
I love
this guy who did that one.
The people that are putting these together.
No.
Fantastic.
The greatest moment in Clockwork Orange is it's just quiet for a second, and he goes, "Food! All right." He can't even contain his rage.
No, he is so mad.
He's just glaring at him, and he blurts out, "Food, all right," because he's just chowing down on spaghetti after he raped and killed his wife.
Oh. All right, why don't we go to break with Howard Stern talking about XM satellite radio.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy, all in digital quality sound. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. XM. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Like sand through the hourglass. So is the Oday virus.
We loved Eddie, but he was a little slow. He was like
little slow.
It could have been Rosie O'Donnell's brother in that movie that was on the other night.
You know what? They gave him the job of taking the garbage out. Right. This was his job. Take the garbage out.
Dude, you know he can't trash Eddie.
I'm not trashing him. I was just kind of telling him, wait, you think he could work in XM radio? I wouldn't worry about it. He's not hearing this.
Good point.
Whenever you give somebody who's a little mentally challenged a job, they will talk about it to you like it is the most important thing in the world.
It's very important to them, man.
Very important. You know, the garbage don't stop. Every day is always garbage.
I remember once he was going on vacation, and he was very worried that no one would take care of the garbage.
Yeah.
That it was going to pile up.
Like it's going to pile up and Viacom is going to go under.
Who's going to take care of the garbage?
I'm essential to the Viacom effort.
He's still there, probably.
He's still there.
He lasted a lot longer than we did.
Of course he is.
So go ahead, Anthony.
So that was his job. I don't know how that translated into giving him the job of delivering the mail. So you'd go up to your mailbox. It was like a bunch of little cubby holes in the wall that had everyone's mail in it. Had your little name tag on it. And you'd grab your mail out of it and look through it, and every name that worked at Viacom was in your mailbox except for yours. And you'd look around, and remember our checks would be in there, paychecks? And like I'd pull it out and go, oh, Earl Douglas. Great, I have Earl's paycheck. And you know it's not going to be that much because he's a black guy.
You can barely get lunch on his paycheck, and Earl somewhere is buying a brand new BMW with your paycheck.
So he would just walk around and he would just take like 4 envelopes and shove them in one of the holes, take 3 of another, shove them in another hole, not paying attention. And then every so often he'd come in the office, point at something, and go, who this? Who this? And he'd point at the name. And if he did that to Ben, say it said Earl Douglas on it, Ben would go, oh yeah, that's Don Geronimo. And still he couldn't read anyone's name tag, so he would just shove it in. And we used to explode. But we didn't want to get Eddie in trouble or make him feel bad, so we could never say it on the air.
Well, the other thing is, you were going through a lot of heavy personal shit.
Oh, my God.
And you had a lot of...
I had no address. My ex-wife was living at my place in Huntington, so my mailing address was 888 7th Avenue. It was the NEW building. That was my mailing address where I got bills and legal things and stuff for my divorce and everything. So all of a sudden my cell phone gets turned off. And I'm like, where is my... And then I'm thinking, oh my God, I haven't gotten a phone bill in months. And I look, and apparently Eddie was throwing them away. Because occasionally he would just throw the mail away. Garbage. Look like garbage. 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 You know, garbage never stops, guys. Garbage never stops. And he would throw them away. And then we would get these big packages. Once there were mic flags. Yeah. Then we got a big delivery of mic flags. Those little cubes with the company logo, the station logo that goes on your microphone. And we were wondering why it was taking so long to get these things. We were doing a lot of press at the time. A lot of TV stations would come in and tape us, and there was nothing identifying what station we were on the microphone. So we ordered a bunch of mic flags, and every so often we'd be like, where are the mic flags? We never got them. It turns out Eddie had received the box and put it in a storage closet without telling anybody. Just opened up the big, and it was a mechanical closet where the air conditioning units are and stuff, the big blower furnace units and everything, and just threw the box in there. And then the time with the television.
The TVs. It was like 30 TVs.
30 TVs were coming upstairs.
Oh, yeah. This
another prize thing. There were prizes or TVs that were going to be used for 1010 Wins, the sister station upstairs. So they came with to the freight elevator downstairs, and Eddie's in charge of bringing them up. So wasn't it one of the homeboys?
Yeah, it was the homeboys, and it was the guys in the garage.
And the guys in the garage, and the homies went, hey, Eddie, can I have one of those TVs? Oh, sure, okay. No problem, guys.
8 TVs missing.
8 TVs missing. He came in and just ravaged this retard's television delivery. It's like, Eddie, where are the TVs? Oh, a couple of guys downstairs took some. No, you idiot.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting for us to wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for us to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up, make a move.
We hold in front of us the Harry Potter glossary. Ooh. Because Harry Potter's all the rage. Jimmy, what is a bludger?
A bludger. I won't look at the glossary, I have it, but I'll put it down. Let me guess.
What is a bludger?
A bludger.
As far as Harry Potter goes.
The proper term for a man who runs on the subway with a hammer.
A bludger.
Very good. Very good. How about Bogart?
Maybe a gnome that doesn't pass the joint?
Yeah. A gnome.
Wouldn't that be a muggle?
No?
No?
A muggle is a gnome that marries outside of his race.
How about a butterbeer?
Butterbeer?
Mm-hmm.
It's what your beer turns into after Owen Wilson drinks out of it.
How about the Chamber of Secrets?
A place where Ben keeps all of our good guests.
Hey, very good. What else, Andy? You see any other ones that are worth doing here?
I'm looking, but...
How about flu powder? FLOO powder. Flu powder.
What Ben said was on his mirror.
How about the Forbidden Forest?
The Forbidden Forest?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know that one.
All right, it goes on and on. Maybe we'll test you a little more later on in the program. There's a radio tease for you.
Oh,
Yes,
by the way,
Anthony, reports are coming in. Let's go to Rick in Staten Island. Rick?
Hey, you guys were just on Today's Show with, when they were doing the Dating game?
Yeah, you're doing the newlywed game.
Newlywed game, I'm sorry.
Yeah, another assault on the media. Very
Son
successful
of yours.
this morning. Opie and Anthony signs all over the Today Show. Yes.
You know what the forbidden jungle is?
Huh.
Pat Battle's legs.
What are you waiting for, sir? Yeah, very good.
Hang up on yourself.
Hang up on yourself.
Sometimes we make you hang up on yourselves.
That's right.
Sometimes it's a privilege to be hung up on this program.
Some people would say the forbidden jungle are certain streets north of other streets.
It was forest. You turned it into a jungle for the joke.
I didn't remember.
Yes, Anthony, a
forbidden housing complex? That's easy.
You're right. I'm an ass.
Phones are going nuts. Yes. Yes. A successful assault on the media.
Yeah.
Done on the Today Show.
Gotta love it. That sign kept popping up behind Matt and Katie.
Too bad Adrian Brody wasn't being interviewed. He could have turned around. That's my favorite show.
We'll have video up on OpenAnthony.com later today and some still shots.
Yes.
Dude,
very
Adrian
successful.
Brody, big fan. Really, what'd he say? Well, Jack Black mentioned XM and he didn't yell. What the fuck is that?
All right. More Harry Potter crap.
He's heard of satellites.
That's right.
He knows they exist.
Because what happened was Jack Black said, they're on XM. And he goes, what is that? Is that like AM or FM? He goes, yeah, but it's different. And Adrian Brody went, okay.
Rob J. from Cleveland, Chamber of Secrets equals Jimmy's apartment. Oh.
All right.
I
Hurt me if you want.
I like Jimmy's better.
I'm an easy target.
All right, and there's other people coming in with definitions. More Harry Potter, Anthony. Part 2 of Katie Couric's exclusive interview with the author of the Harry Potter novels. Listen to this.
The magic of Harry Potter has captivated the hearts and minds of readers worldwide. This morning, through the magic of television, we transport you to Edinburgh, Scotland, the home of his creator. And voila! Isn't this a fitting place for a Harry Potter convention? And that's exactly what happened here at Edinburgh Castle this past weekend, when scores of young muggles got to meet with J.K. Rowling as she launched her new book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Ooh. Yuck.
Well, we asked some of our viewers to write in their questions.
Okay.
I wish I could have brought hundreds of children in my suitcase. That would have been
If you
illegal.
chop them up right.
Very dangerous.
Laugh.
Oh, that would have been very dangerous.
Yes.
Your son is attempting to bring an outside party into this situation. A muggle. A muggle cook.
Well, we asked some of our viewers to write in their questions.
Okay.
I wish I could have brought hundreds of children in my suitcase. That would have been illegal. Very
But it was hard to fit 100 children with my slips, old lady dresses, and diapers. Irrelevant bag of meat. Shut your mouth. Stinks.
For a suitcase filled with tampons, just in case.
Just in case.
Ugh.
Christy and Beth from Slinger, Wisconsin. This is a good question. What is a question that you wish people would stop asking you?
Oh, that's so mean.
I hope none of mine qualify.
She's good.
Oh.
Where's the rest of the interview?
You really want more?
Oh, yes!
It's over, Johnny.
I wanted to see more of her
Look at
questions.
Nathaniel. He's like, please, no more.
More!
He's been working on Harry Potter stuff all morning. Look at him. He's a beaten man.
I want to know
Awful
what
stuff.
happened. What else did Katie ask?
No.
You gotta ask more.
Uh-oh, he went to the board of writing.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Oh, no.
See, they write on the board now and hold it up. What does it say?
That's why it's called the board of writing.
It
Stinks.
stinks.
It stinks.
Very good.
I
Took it
wanna
that long
know
to
the-
write. It stinks.
Yeah.
It's right in
As
the paragraph.
opposed to don't stink.
Is it really a bad movie? As opposed to a good one? I don't know why Jay sounds just like him, and I sound like an 80-year-old Jew. As opposed to good.
Oi!
Ugh.
I made a note for myself.
You did?
Because we always go off on tangents. What were we supposed to talk about after the break, Anthony?
The horse.
Oh, you did remember.
I got it right up here.
I started forgetting all of a sudden.
I got it right up here.
You guys remember the horse story from Friday?
We dropped the ball on this one. Severe. We talked about the story. It was a guy that was killed having sex with a horse. Now, we assumed that he was up on the little stool. Jimmy actually made a little comment about the guy up on the stool behind the horse, screwing the horse, and got kicked and died of internal injuries.
The story is so much better, even though Jimmy's comedy is brilliant.
Well, Jimmy brought up the point that the horse is in the stall with the other horses who don't want to make eye contact with that horse. They're all embarrassed.
Yeah, they all look away when they see the guy walking in the barn with the stool.
Yeah, with the stool, they all look away.
You know it's coming.
Well, it wasn't that. That was not the case. He was not kicked by the horse.
Stupid us.
Stupid us. Who didn't see this coming? Seattle man died after engaging in anal sex with a horse at a farm suspected of being a gathering place.
All right, so we got that part right.
No. He wasn't having anal sex with the horse. He wasn't screwing the horse in the anus. He was being screwed by the horse.
I'm scared of you.
He was under the horse getting fucked in the ass by a horse cock.
Hello, exactly.
And, we didn't see that one coming. He died of a perforated colon, internal injuries.
And a sore throat.
You're right through him, skewered.
He probably figured that they probably have the horse harness, so it only puts it in a little bit. And I bet you the horse got so excited.
Why do you think?
Because obviously...
Wait, what's a horse harness?
Yeah.
Something that will hold the horse back from thrusting completely, because you know you can be killed. I bet you the horse, it just felt so good, just pumped harder than everyone thought.
I think he thought he could probably, could move forward if the horse really... If you've ever seen it, I used to have horses back in California, and if you ever saw when you bred these things, the male horse goes insane. It just goes insane. It's like Spock during amok time. They just go crazy. And they have a heart on that's about 3 feet long.
Hold on, I got to...
What?
Just like what?
Spock. You ever see an episode? No, that's not Professor. That's just Star Trek trivia. Amok Time, where he had to go back to Vulcan
Jimmy,
to breed.
You're with him, right?
Yeah, that's the recall that I would have had.
Every Star Trek geek knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes my references are very focused.
Can you explain,
at just a few people out there.
Can you explain to us muggles?
No, that I can't. Sorry. Spock goes crazy every so often. He has to go back to Vulcan.
Right.
Every 7 years, I think it is. Or, yeah, he goes nuts. Has to go to Vulcan and pretty much get laid. That's what he's got to do. He's got to go through this ritual, little fight, music, and then everyone's happy and they're back on the ship. But my point was he goes nuts, and the horses are the same thing. They lose any rationality they had. They're gone, and they rip up the female horse. They jump up on its back. The hooves are grabbing around its neck. They're kicking, and that schlong, sometimes it doesn't even get in the female horse, and it starts going off like a fire hose. They get so excited. Oh, and it hits your face.
Yeah. Then the horse is all embarrassed. He's going to apologize to her, drive her home. See, the part of the story that we really missed was it did kill the guy, but now it's reported that the horse has been visited by friends, and he's just laying in the barn in a robe.
Jesus.
And he has a little dog that will come over and pet it occasionally.
Little dog.
His friends come over and water his plants for him. God. I can't stand up without getting dizzy.
You do realize this show has 3 jokes. That's it. We have 3 fucking jokes. 3 lousy jokes. All this talent in one room, and we have 3 fucking jokes. Al in North Carolina.
But they are doozies.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
What's up, Al?
Love ya.
Hi.
Hot Battle, Shining references, and the robe joke.
Right.
That's what we do every day.
There's 3 jokes.
You know how much we get paid for 3 lousy jokes?
I'd like to know.
Al, what's up?
Hey, I saw your assault on the media with Katie and Matt. It was great.
All the way down to North Carolina, you saw that, huh?
Yeah, I've been a listener since about a year and a half.
love the hell out of your jokes, your show. Little Jimmy, you're the biggest slut muffin around.
Oh, cut it
Ooh.
out.
Little pet name.
Focus.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bye.
All right, you guys have a great day, man.
He just loved the assault on the media is what he wanted to say.
It was funny because they kept shooting up quickly. Every time they'd go to that cut, the little, sign would just pop up.
fly up. It was kind of funny, actually.
Yeah.
Joe in Brooklyn, a lot of movement in that assault on the
How
media.
you doing, guys?
What's up, Joe?
I got a question. Now that this horse technically killed this guy, are they going to shoot the horse?
You always have to shoot the animal, Anthony.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think this guy pretty much put himself in harm's way.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right.
You ever see some of those videos online with the chicks?
Yeah.
Like they're sucking off the horse and it unloads right in the girl's face. And
we saw a horse gag.
Horse gag was a good one. But this guy decided he was... What? How gay do you have to be? Oh. Shark story?
Ouch. Well, this morning, Frank is in Montauk, New York. Frank, good morning.
Good morning. I'm not only in Montauk, I'm in beautiful Star Island Yacht Club.
Well, it sounds
Good
like
morning.
good morning. It sounds like you're having a good morning so far.
Shark
Well, let me
hunter.
just ask you this, with all due respect, sir. This Jaws character, Captain Quint, was nasty, reckless, and just a little bit crazy. So how much
This is the
were
real
you
Quint.
like him actually in
so
your
they say.
earlier days?
Well, in my earlier days, there was a lot of whiskey involved. But we got out of that. Yes, we were reckless. Yes, I will say that.
And in those years, there were something like 60 years, you captured and killed something like 50,000 sharks.
Little tenderizing,
But
down you
you've
go.
changed from those earlier days. You've actually gone from being a shark hunter to being a shark conservationist. What caused this change, Frank?
Oh, that's so cute.
Well, it's very simple. You're running out of fish. And because we're running out of fish, we have to conserve the fish. So that's what we're trying to do, is to conserve the fish, yes.
Well, some people might
save
not
the
want
fish
to
that eats
conserve
all the other
sharks,
fishes.
though, Frank, because, we've heard about so many shark attacks, including the ones so far this summer. There were 2 shark attacks just this
Is that
just
so
during 1
many,
month
you
in the
asses?
Florida
There were
Panhandle. What do you say
2.
to people who don't think that these particular kinds of fish are worth worrying about?
Well, you see, the problem...
We're back on the sharks.
Yeah,
all
until
about the sharks
until
again.
another good story comes around.
All right, Anthony, sorry. Let's get back to that horse story so it gets a lot better.
Yeah, he was down at this farm. He got under the horse. The horse stuck it in and gave him internal injuries, which he later died from. But it turns out that this farm that he was at, there's this. It's known as a gathering place for people looking to have sex with livestock. They have everything down there: chickens, goats, cows, horses. And if you want to have sex or let these things have sex with you, it was known that you went to this farm and went down there and had sex. It's been going on for years, they say.
You could pick the animal and everything.
Sure. It's like a little whorehouse. You go down there, you look around. You want to fuck a chicken? There's a chicken. Stick it in.
Do we have a number for this farm? We got to call them.
They're giving no information on the farm. Maybe our crack research team here can find out where it is. We'll give them a call.
Wouldn't you love to know, after, a couple goes and fucks 2 different animals, what do you talk about in the drive home after you both had your orgasm? Like, how you come and you come back down to earth?
Yeah.
When you're driving home, what do you discuss?
Something a little freaky seems totally normal. Then you shoot, and then you feel a little weird about it.
Look down, there's a feather in your zipper.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh, what happened to me?
How was your chicken? Yeah.
I wanted to be an astronaut growing up.
Just fuck the chicken.
Jesus.
Is there a moment where you're showering and you're like, my dick has slime on it, and it's from a chicken?
From a chicken.
Or a horse.
Gotta wash chicken crap off. Or do you get in the car with your buddy that you went down there with and high-five and going, yeah, I fucked that chicken. Yeah. All proud of it.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
What would be the number 1 animal? You got to think sheep, right?
Well, they say the sheep is the closest to a human vag. They say having sex with a sheep vag is the closest to a human vag. Yeah. But I would say, probably the sheep. And then for the gay guys, a pony. Give them a pony. Let them slip it in. And enjoy.
I wonder if that guy had to go to the hospital. I wonder if he died instantaneous. I would
No,
love to know.
he went to the hospital. A friend drove him to the hospital.
A friend. Or the farm owner.
Drove him to the hospital and dropped him off and left. Didn't even go in with him.
Would you have?
No.
So that's the real story, though? There's a sex farm out there somewhere?
Sex farm.
So the horse thrust it in, just wrecked his intestines.
Yeah.
God, I'm so happy he's dead.
Busted him up inside.
All right, let's say hi to Patrick in Tennessee. Patrick?
Hey, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I just wanted you to check on your facts about Star Trek. I believe that it's called Pon-farr, is it not, as opposed to Amok?
Well, it's Amok time, and then that's the ritual that he had to go through.
I understand. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. Go ahead and crash me.
No, that's
Good to
fine.
talk to you, Jimmy.
I just
And
wasn't getting into real specifics there.
Well, Jimmy and I knew that, too. We just...
Yeah. I just
wanted you to get the credit for that one, so... I like to spread the credit around here. Jesus.
All right. Hey, Jimmy, I had another idea, too, about a nice-looking vag. How about the thighs of a nice little midget? Nice pumped-up vag that way?
I got it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Punch out.
Someone in Instant Feedback had a good one. He wanted to look like Dizzy Gillespie's cheeks. He's a trumpet player.
Maybe a little lighter than that, though.
Yeah.
If I may be so bold.
Matt, what's up?
Hello.
What's up, Matt? Let's go.
Hey, when I was younger, I was in North Carolina, and I spent a good part of the day in court for a traffic violation. But I tell you what, a lot of the people in there were waiting on bestiality charges.
Really?
What do you mean a
Yeah.
lot?
Probably 3/4 of the courtroom. And these people had to stand
What was
up.
it, bestiality night?
I guess it's just a popular pastime there.
And why were
Not
you
much to do besides drink, and
Why were you in court?
I got pulled over for drinking and driving, but I was up on vacation.
I remember
But
when
I got to sit there and just listen to all these people answer to the charges. It was pretty funny.
Sure translated that way.
All right,
yeah,
sir.
so I guess it's a popular pastime up there.
All right, thank you.
I remember when I was a kid, my buddy Dean had to go to court. So me and my friend Kenny Hines went to court to support him. And while Dean was waiting for his case to be called, one of the cases was a guy who was on the court stand testifying how his stepson had smashed him in the head with a frying pan. And me and Kenny were laughing because the guy looked like Dudley's father from Different Strokes. This made me so mad. Remember awful Dudley's father?
And you're laughing at
Oh,
this?
my God. We always got thrown out. We were just snickering.
Well, you should have been thrown
Remember,
out.
I remember the Dudley episode where he was molested?
Yeah.
He got
One
left
of the
in the
favorites.
basement.
Yeah.
Bike shop.
The bike shop?
Yeah.
Smooth black legs. Like piano keys. How do you not touch them?
Wow. All right. I think we'll take a break. Just a quick break because we got to get prepared for Big Kev's interviews.
That's where we were.
I think that's where we were going.
Pull
right?
over, ladies and germs.
Not interviews.
We always get off track.
Who are some of these people that you interviewed, Big Kev?
Why don't we
They're
play
just
them and
show
see if we can
IDs.
figure it out?
Oh, really?
They probably say who they are.
Yeah.
Sure.
They do.
Oh,
Hi, I'm...
Exactly.
All right. We'll
Yeah,
go
look-
through them and see if
Oh,
we know.
Don Levin. Everyone knows who Don Levin is.
Yes.
Don Levin? Who the what?
Some of them are just funny.
Don Levin.
Uh-huh.
Richard Hatch.
Not
I know
the one
who-
you're thinking of.
I know who Richard Hatch is.
Oh.
Thomas Jane. Holy crap.
How'd you get him?
He was there. I asked.
Oh, no, oh.
No, we have no idea who that
Jimmy,
is.
of course. I know who Thomas Jane
Thomas
is.
Jane?
Yeah,
Do
Jimmy.
not.
Tell him.
He's involved with comic books and stuff.
No, he's not. He's somebody who, if you walked in right now, you'd fall over yourself to get a picture with.
Really?
Oh, really?
Who is he?
Who is he?
He was in The Punisher.
Never saw it.
He was in
Care less about him.
Oh, which guy was he?
The Punisher.
Oh, he's the Punisher?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Is that good?
That was a good movie. The
Well,
Punisher.
judging by the film he did, apparently he created this radio segment.
Been in other things. Okay.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you've never seen it before?
Looks like a rock.
New from Sedentary Toys and the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It's got corners.
It's the cool new toy that has everyone jumping for joy.
O&A Party Rock!
It's not just any rock.
It's the O&A Party Rock. The O&A Party Rock is incredibly versatile.
You can chuck it, you can fuck it, you can drop it in a bucket.
You can race it, you can chase it, you can yell right in its face. It's the bestest friend you'll ever have.
O&A Party Rock!
Why is it wearing a party hat?
Every party rock comes dressed in a colorful party hat and party blower, making it the centerpiece of any party.
Now with shiny red dancing shoes.
Not only that, the O&A Party Rock is
it's a fucking rock, you dildo.
You all right over there?
You adjust my chair.
These
chairs are the weirdest things.
Looks like you were wrestling with a
They
shark.
got like all kinds of notches and things that happen with them. It's like all kinds of.
Sounds like you're loading a gun.
Yeah. My armrest. There you go. Oh my God, what is that?
I'm trying to get to the goodness.
Is that your Honey Nut Cheerios or?
Yeah.
Oof. Sound like a hurricane. Pouring the milk on you. Breakfast with Opie. Every morning.
At 9:30.
Every fucking morning. This is not a real show. Who does this? There's 3 jokes and eating. That's what this show is.
Edward R. Murrow, I'm sure, did just this.
Oh, he's spinning.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Play some tape.
We got Big Kev's interviews from L.A.
They're not interviews, they're show IDs.
Oh, these are just show IDs?
Famous people.
I can't wait to hear Jack Black's.
You got Jack Black?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
Do it
Well, he was on the show once.
Yeah.
What happened? You asked him?
No, I didn't ask him.
Why?
Because it was inappropriate at the time.
Why?
Because they were leaving. They were hanging out for a few minutes and then just leaving, and it was way too loud.
Huh. So instead, we got this guy.
Who's this?
Yo, what's going on? This is Aaron Magruder, creator of The Boondocks. I'm listening to the Opie and Anthony show on XM Radio?
XM Satellite.
XM Satellite Radio. All right, take 2. Yo, what's up? This is Aaron Magruder. I'm listening to Opie and the Opie and Anthony show. Okay. Take 3.
Take your time.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Aaron Magruder, creator of The Boondocks. I'm listening to the Opie and Anthony show on XM Satellite Radio. You heard? I don't know. Am I supposed to say something else? I normally just do that.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Is XM Radio?
Say whatever you want.
It's XM
Yeah,
Radio.
you can cuss. You can say whatever you
I
want.
really don't have anything derogatory or profane to say.
That's ridiculous. That's your script. That's a lie.
All right, what's going on, y'all? It's Aaron Magruder, creator of The Boondocks. I'm checking out the Opie and Anthony show on XM Satellite Radio, and they're asking me to curse, so shit.
Who is that?
Aaron Magruder. He does
a black
newspaper comic strip.
Yeah, they say nigger a lot, I think, on the cartoon.
Yeah,
Late
there's
night
an article in
cable,
the paper about
It's
it.
actually it's coming on cable really soon, and they showed us clips of it there. It's gonna be everyone's gonna be talking about it.
The Boondocks?
Yeah, it's called the Boondocks.
Did you have it written out, like the thing, your name
No,
is? Why?
no, because I didn't. I figured it's 2 sentences and he'd be able to remember it.
So
Boondocks.
So he's making. So,
okay.
So like most of the celebrities,
I thought it was a doctor show. About
No.
no.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry.
So he's making believe he listens to us. That's cute.
Yeah. Could you do this?
Hi, my name is Charisma Carpenter, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony show on XM Satellite Radio.
Whoa. Let's do one more just to be safe. Who the hell's Charisma Carpenter?
She's right there on the
Buffy.
wall.
Yeah, she's hot, but who is she?
Who is she?
She's from Buffy.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
These celebrities are so bad they actually have to list their credits first.
Yeah, that's kind of rough when you got
I'm
to
so
say
and
who
so,
you
and
are.
I do this.
Yeah.
You think Tom Cruise says, "Hi, this is Tom Cruise. I was in War of the Worlds."
Okay. I was in
Tom Cruise, Risky Business.
I was in 10 of the greatest films of all time. Let me list them now.
I didn't know Charisma posed nude like that.
Playboy.
Playboy?
Greatest films.
Wow.
She has nice areolas.
See, Steve just was in and said, I don't like those nipples. I think they're too dark.
They're very dark.
Not only do
Too
I like them
tough.
dark, I like them bigger.
Yeah? You like it bigger than that?
I don't like nipples really dark. I like them small and pink. Do you really, fat calves? Just slices Achilles tendon.
Oh, we know this next celebrity.
We do.
Yes.
This is Clive Barker, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
Holy
What's wrong with Clive?
What's wrong with his voice?
The way he's...
Was that really Clive Barker?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Do you have any contact information for him?
Sure.
This is Don Levine, the father of G.I. Joe, talking for Opie and Anthony Show, XM Satellite Radio.
Father of G.I. Joe.
Is he the creator of G.I. Joe?
The creator of G.I. Joe.
Get me hot coffee so I can throw it on him.
Creator of what? The G.I. Joe figure?
Yeah, in the 40s.
Action figure in the 40s?
What's the matter? Wasn't the guy who did the genital molds for Superstar Ken available? Oh, God, I wish I had hot liquid in my hand.
This is Don Levine, G.I. Joe's dad, talking for Opie and Anthony Show, XM Satellite Radio.
A satellite? What is that?
Ugh.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, my G.I. Joes.
Don Levine should fall down the elevator shaft.
People are signing up for this like crazy.
Yeah.
I can see why now.
Oh, of course.
Hello, darling. This is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and you're on the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
You're on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah, we are. She's right.
But none of them do it right.
But shouldn't she be on?
No.
But
there's more.
How?
You're listening.
But I'm
to,
checking out.
Yeah, but how?
Yeah.
You're on the. What?
How did she look? Yeah.
She's not in the makeup or anything, so it's just.
No, it's just
Cassandra
her.
Peterson. Yeah.
Of course, because everyone knows her real name.
Yeah.
Cassandra Peterson was with her? What?
You realize you're an uber geek, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Embrace it.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Hello, darling. This is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and you're here. No, and you're listening to. Yeah. Hello, darling. This is. Hello, darling.
Did you shut up?
Hello, darling. This is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
Who's that? When?
That's Elvira from
1958.
No, what a huge hairy muff.
Guess the year by the
You
muff.
sure that's her?
I'm going to guess that's 74.
Yeah.
I was going to go with 78. Any clue there?
She's hot.
All right.
It's very 70s, yeah.
Well, we know the next celebrity.
We
too.
do?
Oh, cool. Nice.
Hello, discerning listener. This is Tom Kenny, also known as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
Well.
That's a big star. Thank you, Kev.
SpongeBob.
Thank you.
Nice.
That should help out our 3 to 8 listening audience. Jesus.
That's nice.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Well, we got SpongeBob Part 2 here, right?
Uh-oh.
You got more stuff from him?
Yes, I think.
Hey, air breathers, this is Tom Kenny, also known as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, and when I want to fill my ear holes full of cool, cool sounds, I listen to the... Hello, air breathers, this is Tom Kenny, also known as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, and when Tom and I want to... I'm figuring out as I go along, man.
I want to kill this guy.
Shush.
Yeah, I got what I'm going to... Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great.
Oh, with that voice.
Hello, vertebrates. This is Tom Kenny, better known as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. And when Tom and I want to fill our ear holes with cool, cool sounds, we listen to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. Right, Tom? Right, SpongeBob.
Oh, when he goes from his voice to that voice, it's killing me.
It goes right through you.
That's what he does when he wants to fill his ear holes. What do you do when you want to fill your asshole? Do you go to a farm in Seattle?
Cool sounds. Yeah, because we're playing music and stuff.
He's a creep.
All right. Well, yeah, another big star here, Kevin. Thank you for this next one. This is wonderful.
Cool.
Hi, this is Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on the XM Satellite Radio.
She used to be hot back in 1975.
Is she still hot?
No.
No? She's like old lady now?
Yeah, kind of.
See what she looks like. Remember
this
her?
has got to be so depressing, these things, these junkets. They all want to still be famous and stuff, right?
Clyde Barker
they are
was
there.
legitimate. Clyde Barker was the cool one for me so far.
Well, they got a few that are still, happening legit, but then it's filled with a lot of people
That's her right
that
there.
are hoping that they're
Remember her?
will still be famous. Yeah, she's
Let me see,
beautiful.
Hawk.
Remember that lady?
Oh yeah.
Erin Gray?
Yeah,
Was she in Dallas? Or who's the lady in Dallas?
That was
She was in one of those.
That was an
What
actress
she
named
in?
Gray too,
Silver
right?
Spoons.
Something Gray.
All right, here we go. Another big star doing an ID for the program.
Hey, this is Hal Sparks from VH1's I Love the 80s and Queer as Folk, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show, and I think that speaks very poorly about you. I would just take up drinking.
And let's end it with on XM Satellite Radio.
Let's end
Okay,
it.
cool. Hey, this is Hal Sparks from VH1's I Love the 80s and Queer as Folk, and you're listening to the Opie...
Opie.
Everyone does that.
Hey, this is Hal Sparks from... I'm going to start again. Hey, this is Hal Sparks from VH1's I Love the 80s and Queer as Folk, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio, which means you have money.
How'd that get cut off?
I was plagued with technical problems.
I think when it works, you're plagued with technical problems. Hal Sparks, he got so mad at me, a tough crowd, because I slammed the door like I would do to people.
Right.
He got so pissed. He hated my
That's
guts.
a great gag, by the way.
Oh, he was in mid-sentence, and I smashed the door shut, and he was just talking to no one but a shut door.
Oh, basically, you ask a question, they start answering, and
Hey,
you
dude,
slam
what
the
do you
door
do when
their
you're out
face.
in L.A.? Well, I always start flap in mid-sentence.
Oh, he got mad at that? How do you not just laugh at that?
Because he's an L.A. guy, and, that's the way they react. He was really, and he's like, well, maybe that's funny if you know somebody. Shut up, stupid. It's funny anytime.
Oh, of
I enjoyed it.
course it
Patrice
is.
enjoyed it. Keith enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right, the next big celebrity. You're gonna recognize this one, Anthony.
All right.
Anthony especially.
Whose faggot ringtone is that?
Oh, it's
That
Big Kev's. Maybe this is one of the celebrities.
Or maybe that's the clinic going, it's positive. That's what it should be with that fucking ringtone.
That is your ringtone?
Yes.
Classic.
I know it is. What's the matter? They didn't have Philadelphia?
What is it?
XM Satellite Radio.
Hi, this is John Kane. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM
Satellite Radio.
Satellite Radio.
Okay. I'll do one as Ren.
This is Ren Hawk. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Idiot Show on Satellite
XM.
XM.
One more with Howard Stern. Go ahead.
Well, no, here, dude, get Eric to do it. I'm not good at this.
You do.
He's a real voice guy.
Do the thing with Howard Stern
What are
again
you
for me.
talking about?
What?
Do the one with Howard Stern, where you say Howard Stern at the end.
Well, I just did.
I know, but I missed it.
Oh.
Poor bastard.
This is Ren Hawk. Toadstock. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
What was wrong with the sound on that one?
I was plagued with technical difficulties.
You're just plagued.
The plane making it out there was a technical difficulty.
Yeah, what did you do with him? Did you crawl into a bathroom stall and say, all right, now yell? Here's the problem. This is why you got to have them written down, because none of these guys do it right. So
Yeah.
they're just...
Then you just hand it to him.
Yeah, you go, hey, I am, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony on... What are you looking at?
I don't know. Just looking at Poe. Master
guest
Poe out
delivery.
the window.
I thought it might be a guest. I forgot where I was.
Yeah. I saw someone with an Opie and Anthony T-shirt on, and I assumed it was somebody that didn't work here.
What amazes
Frenchie
me
in studio.
What amazes me is that we actually pay someone to book celebs for this show, but we're not supposed to talk bad about
don't say a word.
this company. Are you
When's the last
kidding
celebrity
me?
we had on the show in the studio?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I'm sure XM is happy to write that check every month.
Well, this is a cavalcade of stars we're getting.
Yeah,
on
and
these
we don't.
recordings.
And we, by the way, I disagree. I don't think you should write anything down. You should let these celebrities, try to figure it out on their
Just
own.
so they get their name right. And stuff.
What? It's sure a confidence booster when half these people don't even know what XM is. On XM? What?
X what?
X who? Where? What?
How long is the interview going to be?
We'll just do a show ID.
Huh?
We'll just do a show ID.
Hi, this is Priscilla Barnes from Three's Company. Hi, this is Priscilla Barnes from Three's Company and currently Devil's Rejects. And I'm with the Opie and Anthony show at XM Satellite Radio at the Lionsgate booth in San Diego and Comic-Con.
Good.
Good? Ooh. How could you, as opposed to bad?
Priscilla Barnes, huh?
Who was she? She was
the third replacement for Chrissy.
Yeah.
And
she wasn't even the second replacement?
No.
No.
That was the other one.
Oh, wow.
What's her name?
Jenny Lee Harrison.
Jenny Lee Harrison.
Of course.
And then they went to Priscilla Barnes. Priscilla Barnes showed her tits in some movie recently. What was it?
It was Mallrats.
Was it Mallrats?
Yes.
Not too recently then.
There's Mallrats right there, 1995.
How'd she look?
Not good.
Not good, huh?
All right, why don't we move on here?
Yeah.
Good.
Hi, this is Priscilla Barnes. You're listening to Opie and Anthony, and I should kill myself. That's how that ID should go.
Yeah, she's got enough plugs in there. The Lionsgate.
Yeah, no one's going to go there.
Oh, that's
That's her right there, yeah.
Wow, she was old in 95.
Yeah.
All right, here
Where's
we go.
Larry Klein, by the way? I want him.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch. Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch, the original Captain Apollo on the original Battlestar Galactica, and you are listening to XM Satellite Radio. Oh, sorry. Here you go again. Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch, the original. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch, and you're. Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch, the original Apollo on the original Battlestar Galactica. And you are listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. Let me do that one more time.
That was good.
Hi, everybody. This is Richard Hatch, the original Apollo on the original Battlestar Galactica. And you are listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
He's all bitter. He is so bitter that he wasn't asked to be in the new Battlestar Galactica. On what, Sci-Fi?
Yeah, on Sci-Fi.
And, yeah, he's very upset. He was the original Apollo.
Hollywood stinks. They do this to these guys all the time, too. Can't you throw these guys a bone?
Throw a bone.
They're the ones that made the series popular or the character popular. Just give them a little part.
A little cameo. He probably wanted to be Adama or something. He wanted, like, to be the older starring role now.
Just give him something to acknowledge that you had something to do with this thing.
Yeah.
Instead of listing who he was, he should have just listed who he wasn't. Hi, this is Richard Hatch, not the tax-avoiding faggot, but the other one that was in the spaceship.
They made like 12 Batman movies, and they didn't even give Adam West one little bone.
They offered him
one little part.
They offered him one in the second, and he turned it down.
Why? What was his reasoning?
I think because it was too small a part.
Too small a part?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to play?
I don't know.
Hey, we got Stan Lee, the creator of...
Stan Lee's a good one.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, a lot of
Hulk,
comics.
and
Yeah.
X-Men.
Hulk, X-Men,
Punisher,
Stan Lee's
Daredevil,
legitimate.
and Brenda Starr, I think,
Cool.
too, right?
I don't know if he created Brenda Starr.
Of course he didn't.
I'm here with Stan Lee, legendary comics creator. And Stan, I want to ask you just a couple of quick questions. How do you feel about the continued success of your characters on the big screen as well as in the comic books? Well,
I'm sure he hates it.
Good question.
Good
no,
question.
not now. Not now that he's sued and he's getting a piece of all of it.
That's a good question because you never know how someone's going to feel about the continued success of their work.
They might be very upset by it.
I like Kev. He gets to the
I
bottom
just wanted
of
the
things.
ID. I had to do questions to get there. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's see what the answer is.
Hello? Thank you.
Thank you. Now, can you do the
Stan
ID?
Lee. Technical glitch.
Jesus.
Books. Well, it'll come as no surprise to you. I feel pretty damn good about it.
Are you enjoying your cameos that you seem to get in all of the films of your creations?
That's the most fun I could have. You know, I'm a frustrated ham, and I love doing these cameos. The only thing I don't understand is why they don't give me a featured role. I figure these cameos are just my auditions for the future movies.
And everyone, of course, enjoyed you in the great Kevin Smith film Mallrats. Can you tell us how you got involved with that?
Well, Kevin and I had gotten a little bit friendly, and when he asked me to do it, I couldn't say no. Although, to be very honest, even if we weren't friendly, I would have said yes. And I couldn't believe he was giving me such a big role, but luckily I carried it off magnificently, and I think I'm a jinx, though, because that was the only movie of Kevin's that I appeared in, and it's the only one of his that didn't make any money, which worries me a little bit.
Thanks so much, Stan. It's great to be here with you today.
This is Stan Lee, co-creator of X-Men and Spider-Man, and you are lucky enough to be listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
Shut up! Do one more just to be safe.
Shut up! This is Stan Lee, co-creator of Spider-Man and the X-Men, and you are lucky enough to be listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on X-Men Satellite Radio.
Excellent. Thank you.
At least he did the ID right.
Yeah, it was a good ID. That was wonderful.
If it wasn't for you turning the volume up to 10.
Yeah, it was me.
Wow.
It was you.
Yeah.
Well, who did it? Stan didn't hold the mic.
Well, I guess I should have taken a few more radio classes before I went out there.
Well, you don't have to be
radio classes. An 8-year-old knows to look at meters.
How to work a DAT machine? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A DAT machine has meters, doesn't it?
No. It's got a little meter at the bottom.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Yes.
Was it pegged?
Yep, it's all my fault.
It must have just been pegged in the red.
That's not your fault. So what?
That's no big deal.
The machine did it.
I suck.
It's 2000.
It's not like we're going to play any of these IDs again, so don't worry about it.
How about the
Thomas Jane?
Who?
I don't believe he got Thomas Jane.
We end with Thomas Jane. Who's Thomas Jane?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to start.
Who's Thomas Jane?
He was in several films, including The Punisher, Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yeah, that guy again.
That guy.
Ready?
Yep.
This is Thomas Jane. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. This is Thomas Jane. You're listening to Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
Hold on, wait a minute.
This is Thomas Jane. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony.
Just ends. Why did it end?
Why did that just stop?
When the DAT machine stops, it backs up when you start recording again. So there were a lot of these on the end that it backed up and cut the end off.
Why do you use a DAT machine? Like good
because that's what I was given, Jim.
I don't know how to use a DAT machine.
Knowing what you were going to get, they should have gave you a reel-to-reel.
I don't know the stat machine. I don't know what it does.
Yes, I can see the meters. Thank you.
Oh, he just brought.
Well, you said there was.
Danny just brought in the actual DAT machine.
So according to Kev, there's no meters, and Adrian Brody's a big fan of the show.
Are you pissed off they didn't give you better equipment?
No.
With what you were getting, they should have gave you a Thomas Edison creation with a big fucking
where it burns into wax.
Right, exactly.
Why don't you get the Booker to get some people then?
It's a,
wow!
Good for you.
Good for you, Kev. Good for you. You're gonna take that?
Oh.
Wait, there was another one. There was a longer one which I'd like to hear.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time.
Why?
Because it's 7 minutes.
What is it?
No, which one?
10.
We're on till 11.
Which one?
Oh, it's only 10.
Yeah.
The interview with the great
Wilmer Valderrama.
Wilmer Valderrama.
What?
Who's he?
Yes.
Fez from That 70s Show.
Oh.
He has a new movie coming out called El Muerto.
El Muerto.
Yes.
That's Spanish for the Muerto.
I think it's Spanish for the crow.
Oh, it is?
No, but
it's the
it
dead,
like
right?
It. Yeah.
I think it's Spanish for
It's Spanish for, I'm in That 70s Show and have been typecast and will never do anything else of merit.
I'd like to hear this. I think you guys are being negative. I think this is going to be
I'm being
7
negative,
minutes
and
long.
I did it.
I think it's going to be interesting because Kev's interviews are usually
No,
good.
it's Big Kev. I'm here with Wilmer Valderrama from That 70s.
Is that a radio voice? Oh, this
Hello.
is Big
Was it?
Kev. I couldn't hear. I could be wrong. This is
I
Big
think
Kev.
there's a radio voice going on there.
This is Big Kev. I'm here with Wilmer Valderrama from That 70s Show. where he plays
Oh, I'm hearing a little radio inflection.
That
70s Show.
Not That 70s Show from That 70s Show. And
Why don't you tell us the inspiration for your character?
What do you think is the greatest way to...
How's that barrel fit?
Just great.
We got twofers coming up from...
I have furniture.
Yeah,
I have furniture coming into the barrel because I spend so much time in it.
Let's get the lead out.
Get the out.
Yeah. Breakout film called El Muerto. Tell us a little bit about El Muerto.
You know, El Muerto is a story about this young man who's used by the Aztec gods and sacrificed
by the what?
By the Aztec gods to become this human weapon to execute 3 sacrifices in the name of the
sacrifice
the Aztec gods, in order for them to rise up again and take vengeance against the Catholic people who slaughtered them when they were.
You ever lick Lindsay Lohan's asshole? Butterscotch Vilma?
Do we have to listen to the rest of
No,
this?
you don't.
Dude, I'm
come on.
Absolutely not.
Got to hear some of Kev's questions.
Because
I
so far,
really think you should not.
The question was good. The answer was riveting.
Come on. When they're all mad.
Revenge against the Catholics, huh?
Well, I mean, but the funny thing about it is that it's just it's such an unspoken truth. You know, I mean, it's such a part of history. You know, according to the books. You know, and in this movie, you know, the neater thing about it is that this character just so goes. This happened so long ago. This is just. You know, why am I fighting someone else's battle? And he's probably the first hero ever to mainly have his powers because of love, you know, and not because of some freak accent or anything, but really because he was brought back for a mission, but at the same time, you know, he was You know, he was brought back by love, you know, and prayer.
Stop
and
it!
That's an interesting, beautiful way to bring back, you know, a person that way.
Shut up!
It's kind of a dark movie. I've seen the trailer, and it's a little spooky. There's going to be obvious comparisons
black people in
to
it,
things
Kev.
like The Crow. How do you answer things like that?
Well, it's completely different from The Crow. I mean, look, I'm one of the Crow's biggest fans.
He's ripping off The Crow. Tell him, Fred.
Completely different. Look at the movie poster.
Oh my God! Come on.
That's the same fucking
It's
character
the same
with short hair.
thing. What an ass! Oh, he must be, and you could hear in his voice, he was so pissed hearing that question again. It's The Crow. Look at the poster.
It's completely different from The Crow. We use blanks.
Wow. Hey, that was a terrific interview.
Wait,
it's not over.
Come on.
Opie, there's
Come
more.
on.
I'm really with you on this.
There's over 5 minutes left of this.
I want to hear his response.
This guy's great.
I'll start by saying that, you know, but what's different about this movie is that first of all, it goes back to the Egyptians, you know. There's been stories, you know, for decades and decades and decades of of beings being brought back to life, you know, and superheroes or heroes, you know, bring back to life, you know, for certain tasks, you know. And this one uses this amazing drop, which is the Mexican holiday, the Dia de los Muertos, which is a celebration of the dead. That celebration of the dead is basically the time where you have
turn it off.
When you have your loved ones, you know, in prayers, bring back your soul to earth, you know, to spend, you know, this evening with you every year, you know, and it's a beautiful message, you know. I mean, it's the only time during the year where this one day, you know, parents or brothers and sisters or, you know, daughters. Or
I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny.
Mom, please stop calling me. Mom! I'm not going to lower it. I have to do this now.
This is Kev with his tapes.
Mom!
Wow, that was... I don't think we come back from that. That's wonderful.
Come on.
I saw the Superman trailer.
Oh.
It didn't entirely suck.
Okay.
What happened in the film?
Nothing.
No, I would like to know.
No, it's okay.
The reason I got dead silence is because you didn't say anything about the movie.
Let's see. Sean from Old Bridge. I'm getting from this interview that El Muerto is Spanish for Jeep. His career is El Muerto. That was good. 3,000 miles. Actually, 6,000 if you count the trip back.
But it is true. Big Kev gets bigger celebrities than our.
That is true.
Than our talent booker. So
it's true.
Okay, great.
Hey, wait. I do want to know about the Superman show. How are the effects?
What? Nothing.
I'd like.
Wait. Big Kev's really mad.
What, Big Kev?
Go ahead, Big Kev.
Spit it out.
The floor is yours.
That's right.
You complain all the time about this booker, and
I said you get bigger. You think I was kidding? You get bigger guests than our booker. That is the truth.
Okay.
That was actually not a slam.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
That was my way of twisting it to make it look like you're doing something for the program.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So now, Kev, Kev is annoyed. Kev, what are you trying to say? Just say it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Speak your mind, Kev.
I'm saying that I could do the job better than the booker. That's what I'm saying.
Who would you get on the show tomorrow if you could?
Tomorrow's a little short notice.
Right.
Why don't you give me some credentials and some time, and why don't you see who I
First
could get
guest
on the show?
First guest.
I don't know. Who do you want?
Anybody?
That's not anybody.
I love the lists we've been getting sent.
I want.
That's great.
Believe it or not, I'd like Owen Wilson or Vince Vaughn. #1 movie in the country. Wedding Crashers.
Or how about this?
See, but I can't say, that I represent the show or I represent XM because then people get in trouble.
They
so
get
therefore,
angry.
I can't
How about
go
the-
to a studio executive or a studio PR person and say, here's who I am and here's what I'm trying to do, because then people get in trouble. when I do
How
that.
about this suggestion?
Right.
How much time would it take you, do you think, to get a good guest in here?
Well, what are you qualifying as a good guest?
Well, by the end of this week. That's a week. Right? That's including.
By the end of this week? How about by the end of next week?
Yeah.
All right. If you could bring in, how about you get
In studio or call in?
In studio. How about you get like Clarice Starling, the FBI that expires. You're not real FBI. How about this? For now until that date, you are able to say I represent the Opie and Anthony program. You don't have to give them the expiration date on the credentials, and it's kind of like a pseudo audition.
Ooh.
To see who you can bring.
Who
in.
you dredge up.
Fine.
We have to wait a week and a half.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, and it's a long and drawn out process, and things are booked months in advance. If I'm able to get anyone in here in 2 weeks, I would be astonished myself. But I'll at least give it a try.
Well, we're on air. I think that's a good suggestion.
But if you're going to be our booker, why are you going to be astonished if you could find someone in 2 weeks?
Because of what I just said, Opie. It's booked months in advance.
Not
they
all
know
of
their
them are
schedule.
booked months in advance.
Not all of them.
Okay. All right.
We'll even take a phone call from someone
Fine.
big.
Phone calls are much easier to do than in studio.
Let's do a phoner.
I will do a phoner, but I would prefer to still get someone in studio because, again, there's enough celebrities in New York. They're all going over to Sirius. All of them go over there. They do the Radio Chick. They do every fucking show at Sirius. So they're in New York. They're not people that are out of New York. They go through one. They do every show because somebody over there is getting them in.
Did you see the lists that we get emailed to us, and we check off the ones we want,
Yeah.
and then you never hear another thing about it?
Yeah.
I get lists. I'm like, okay, Steve Buscemi. Love to have Steve Buscemi on the show. Check that one off, and then I send it back, and you never hear anything. Steve Buscemi's, the movie, what? Is it out?
Which one?
I don't know. That's just it. And then all of a sudden, I hear nothing about it. The guests never come in.
But let me ask you this.
They certainly don't make it easy to work for XM.
No, they don't.
Is the booker for this show the booker only for this show?
No.
I don't know. We met her once.
that's
She
the
talked in
problem.
a funny accent, and that's all I know.
That's the
We haven't
problem.
seen her
She
since.
has no idea about the show. She doesn't
I
know what guests
questioned
are
her on
appropriate.
one of the guests that was supposed to call our show and didn't, and she came up with this whacked out thing that his cell phone wasn't working, and I wrote her back. I said, "Are you really buying that?" And she goes, "Yes, he's a good friend."
She got all
in my face about it. And I'm like, "All right, that's it.
Pissy.
That's it. Done.
Little
Done with
pissy.
them."
Not saying I'm friends with anybody or I
That
have
was
better
the
connections.
That was the
than
Vin
anybody.
Diesel thing, right?
Yeah,
We were
with Vin
promoting
Diesel.
it, and he didn't call because he couldn't get cell phone service near Teterboro Airport. And that's the excuse she used, so I wrote her personally. I'm like...
That's a lie.
I'm like, you're not buying this, are you? I'm like, we weren't born yesterday. At least tell us that he blew us off for whatever reason, but don't say that it was a bad cell phone. She goes, well, actually, I do believe it because I have a good relationship with, his publicist, and how dare you?
Yeah, don't you question.
Yeah, don't question what I'm saying. I'm like...
Well, did he ever call back, or did he never get cell phone reception again anywhere?
That's right. That's right, Jimmy.
Where was he traveling to? Fucking Jupiter?
And why would you not get cell phone reception near Teterboro?
Well, that could have happened once. That's an acceptable thing. It happens everywhere. Even in New York on 6th Avenue, they get dropped. But then to not call in, that's the problem.
Right.
If they call us on the next day and goes, hey, sorry, guys. Okay.
We're not a priority. Someday we'll be a priority. Someday. No.
What do you mean? You don't think that they're pushing to get people?
Nah.
I would.
I don't think XM pushes to get celebrities on the show that they have coming through Washington, and our booker that they actually pay a lot of money for. They're not pushing this show at all. No.
Never.
No. That's certainly not. We have Major League Baseball, we have the All-Star Game, and we can't get one baseball player.
One baseball player.
But the bosses want one. But the bosses want us to have more celebrities on the show. That's one of their goals. Hello. That's one XM could have controlled, and we couldn't get one.
I say fuck them.
So, all right,
people seem to enjoy the show. Fuck the guests.
Well, we do it our way. It just makes it hard. That's all.
Can do it.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna do this then.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Olenay virus.
I don't know. Why don't we just move right to Wang Chung?
All right.
Wang Chung. Everybody have fun tonight. We all remember this.
What a big fun hit this was. Took forever. There you go. Have fun, Wang Chung.
Everybody Wang Chung. What does that mean, though? Did anyone ever figure that out?
It means having fun. Wang Chung.
I think Wang is a euphemism for sodomize, and Chung was maybe a retarded boy they knew in the neighborhood. That was their idea.
Everybody, Wang Chung tonight. We're all gonna Wang Chung.
Everyone have butt sex with a retard.
Poor Chung.
I never thought of it that way.
Just want his friends to come over and hug him and talk to him. Instead, he'd wind up face first crying into a Cookie Monster pillow.
What's the matter, Chung?
They wang me. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Who wang you? Everybody.
And they have fun doing it. Old Bloody Bottom. Chung throws a punch like he takes it in the ass.
Oh. Even on vacation, across the nation, around the world, everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Some guy even drove 1,000,000 miles to fuck that tempting bottom.
Didn't even keep it a secret. Spread the word. Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Oh, there's a line of cars like at the end of Field of Dreams, all waiting. Put it in his sword took us.
Jesus. We're supposed to be laughing at this.
Oh, poor innocent bottom. Little Chung. Oh, he's just confused. He wants friends. Sheepish dope.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
All right, guys. Rock. Spreading the virus across America. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Hello. Mike wants to correct me, actually. Why? Mike in New Jersey. Mike?
Hey.
Hey.
First of all, Wedding Crashers is not the #1 movie in America. The Chocolate Factory is.
Ah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's $55 million or something like that.
I'm sorry. I thought the #1 movie was going to be that Penguin movie. I was shocked and amazed that it was actually Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
What Penguin movie?
Hey, Jimmy, what kind of Yankee fan are you? What's the matter with you?
Uh-oh.
The Yankees are kicking ass right now. You should be supporting them.
I'll tell you why, dude. Because I'm not just about the Yankees winning. Like, I love the way the Yankees built that team from a young team. And I liked what Gene Michael did when Steinbrenner wasn't in baseball. And what happened to them is they just started buying big players. guys that I hated. I love the Yankees. I don't just want to win. I don't want to beat them with guys that I've always hated and continually try to do that. I'm sick and tired of the way they're doing things. That's why.
All right.
I understand that, but...
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah, I actually hate when they list the top movies of the weekend or whatever, because it's like, it's obviously going to be the ones most advertised.
Yeah.
You know? The Penguin movie, Anthony.
Penguin movie?
Yeah, the Daily News did a little article, Best of 2005. The films so far, the best of 2005.
Brother.
And my favorite movie of 05, according to Jack Matthews, so far, is a documentary about penguins that was made by a French film crew in the Antarctic.
Are you kidding me? This guy's favorite movie was a penguin documentary?
It's doing gang-up business on the art house circuit, but no amount of cute penguins can reverse the box office slump.
Yeah, I don't think the Penguin movie's going to pull it out of the slump.
The movie's called March of the Penguins.
March of the Penguins.
And it leads his top 10 list, Anthony. They show it in my...
a bore. This guy must just be a bore.
It's getting rave reviews.
Of course it is. How do you give a bad review to a penguin documentary?
RottenTomatoes.com is giving it 93% positive reviews.
Because of what it is.
Also known as a fresh tomato.
It's going to get a good review just because of what it is. That's like an easy thing. What review is going to go, I hated it. Those penguins weren't adorable. They're penguins.
They waddle when they walk.
Can I read some of the reviews of the movie before you make your judgment?
Let me hear a review.
They have two colors.
The Spirit,
black, white.
Tiger Woods' house.
What is wrong with you?
The madman. Ixnay on the... Hey, how you doing, man?
I like that, actually.
That's a great getup.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
That's a great getup.
We forget that you actually wear the uniform in
every so often.
Every so often when you're... Yeah.
What are you doing out of your neighborhood? You don't have to say, but... detail here in New York? Little OT? No? Just they put you here? Security? Homeland Security?
You don't
Maybe Subway?
You don't have to arrest your friends, do you?
No.
Can you imagine? He's got to arrest his friends. Guys, this is no bit. I'm taking you in.
Subways? Yeah, could be. All right.
Kit Kat Club?
Kit Kat Club.
Kit Kat Club.
Beautiful girls.
Couple Arabs smuggling bombs.
All right, Anthony, I got the reviews for the Penguin documentary, okay? It's called, what was it called again? March of the Penguins, right? March of the Penguins, okay?
Love a man in uniform.
Joe Leiden from Variety.com says about the movie.
Yes.
The spirit-lifting finale will delight audiences hardy enough to brave the journey.
Okay, what? What was
I guess
that I missed that. What?
I guess there's a big finale to the movie.
What?
Hardy enough.
A finale?
Yeah. You'll never look at the penguins in Madagascar quite the same way again, says Willie Waffle.
That's a joke.
From wafflemovies.com.
No one's ever looked at them in any way, any time.
How can right now I look at them and I want to hit their stomachs with a bat. How will I look at them differently when this is over? I want to double them over.
Well, let's try.
How can you double over a penguin?
I don't know. It's
can
like
you double over?
A stiff oval. I want to see if it can bend over after a bat slams into its little adorable stomach.
Little soft belly.
Little furry belly and aborts little penguins by accident.
This is truly a great film. What makes it a great film is its emotional impact.
Yeah.
And this is EuropeanFilms.net about March of the Penguins. The inventive use of well-written and acted voiceovers and the technical sleekness of this work makes one hungry for more.
You know what my favorite scene in this movie is going to be? The guy with the riding mower who rides through the penguin colony. And all you see is little kicking feet, blood, and black and white fur with blood all over it.
Just flying out of the little exhaust part of the mower.
They're confused. They don't know what it is. They just know it's killing their young.
The Charlotte Observer writes, I decided long ago that I needed no further proof that animals have souls. But if I did need some, I could find it in
March of the Penguins.
What is this man doing? He's riding with a lawn. Oh, my God.
Nice.
Let's see.
March of the Penguins.
All right. Well, let's go with the cream of the crop. There's more drama and more heartbreak in March of the Penguins than in most movies that are actually scripted to tug at our feelings.
Why?
Yeah.
There's the one penguin sitting on the little piece of ice, and the other penguin just can't hang on, so it lets go and drowns. I like to lay a penguin on its side and then soccer ball kick it right in its little penguin belly, right up against a wall. Oh. You know, like to do to a penguin, you grab it by the neck and you put a finger into it. Goes, then you put in two fingers. And you put a crucifix around it and it hits your knuckles with a ruler. Shitty little animals.
There's no way it could get a bad review, is what I'm saying. It's one of those movies that it's impossible to give a bad review to.
Well,
all right. Well, there you go. March of the Penguins, the top movie of the year so far, according to Jack Matthews, with fine reviews on RottenTomatoes.com. Trying to find one more for you guys.
The way they walk upright, little creeps.
Yeah,
what are you? You're a bird or a person?
I can't fly.
Make a decision.
With their little tuxedos.
There with little useless wings.
Yeah, just flapping around. You can't even grab shit.
No.
I like to put a big ring of gas around those penguins and set it on fire and watch them whack their way through it.
Thinking, I have wings, yet I cannot fly over this fire.
Guys, I got another review if you'd like to hear it.
Right.
All right. Except for the part where sometimes leopard seals eat them, penguins are just like you and me.
Stop it. Another penguin pissing on a penguin's face.
Yeah.
It is like Jimmy.
Yeah, they picture a penguin laying on its back, jerking off with its head on a Glad bag.
I was going to say that just like Owen Wilson. Licking ass.
Butterscotch penguin.
Yeah,
little
of course.
Percy beaks. Rotten forward combed hair.
So I guess there's some. I guess that's the heartbreak of it, is when they're getting eaten by the lion seals.
That's the best part. Leopard seals just eating
leopard
those little
seals.
fat
What do I know?
fuckers.
Let me.
Full of blubber and deliciousness. Eating them alive, sharp teeth in that little belly.
Oh, yeah, you know they don't like painfully put them out of their misery and then eat them.
And that,
they're just half a penguins on the ice, full of blood.
And that little cute shit doesn't work with the leopard seal. He's hungry. No. Wah, wah, wah. Fuck you.
That is so funny to see him in his little suit.
Who thought might be fun? No one has ever like such.
Did it get all good reviews?
I'm trying to read the ones that don't have big words.
I'm seeing one that did it get a bad review somewhere?
I can't really find a bad review.
It doesn't have 100%,
oh, here we go.
So there's got to be a bad one.
For the Emperor Penguin, celibacy is not an option.
Yeah?
That's the review.
The hell does that mean?
I don't know.
This film is chock full of penguin pussy.
You'll learn, quite frankly, that penguins have a really tough life.
I thought they were just like you and me. It's just penguins. Penguins are just like you and me.
All right, well.
Who is this?
Yes, kids, we're talking penguin sex. How awesome is that? Oh, I'd like to check out penguin sex.
Really?
Why not?
How can they tell if they're fucking a male or a female?
Yeah.
You're just going to put it in a hole, and if you hear, ooh, you know it's right. If you hear, you're going to move on to the next one.
Just like real life.
Yeah, you just look for a hole that lets you in.
I don't think Anthony knows the question, the answer to this question, Kristen. Kristen?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I wanted to ask Professor Anthony if he knew how penguins have sex because they don't have arms or hands.
Interesting. I would think like any other bird. I don't know how. I would think he puts his little penguin dick in her penguin pussy.
Ha ha! You don't know something.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, thanks, guys. Punching out.
Never professed to know everything.
I know, but it's fun when you don't know something.
I don't know that.
Because then you're just like Jimmy and I.
Just like a penguin.
Keith in New York, what's up?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey.
I actually took my fiance to see that movie, and it was actually very well put together, and Morgan Freeman did a good job narrating it. Pretty much kept it interesting the whole time.
Morgan Freeman narrates it?
Hey, Jimmy.
It must have been fascinating.
I wanted to tell you, last time we talked, you asked me why I liked the cream pies.
Yeah?
And I figured out you asked me if because I told you that my girlfriend. I told you that the only videos I like are the cream pie videos with black guys doing fat white girls. And you asked me if like my mother was fat or something, and I didn't even think about it. But like my girlfriend used to date a black guy.
What was it? They call you during the show?
Why are they calling you during the show?
I honestly don't know.
But did they say hi? I heard
no,
you answer.
Maybe they didn't know I picked up.
Oh, all right.
What'd you say, sir?
Yeah, great story, dude.
You like that?
Keith in New York, what's up?
Did you get that?
Get what?
Last time Jimmy and I talked, I was telling him that the only porn I like are those cream pie videos.
Who's calling you during the show?
I'm not sure.
Did I lose you guys?
No.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
Right here. Hurry up. Continue your story.
No, so Jimmy was asking me, like what it was that was motivating me to like that kind of thing, and I didn't even think about it, and I realized it's because my girlfriend used to date a black guy.
But they just called you.
Maybe it was a telemarketer.
Nah, now with the
People call during the
646
show.
number, it might have been someone.
So now every time I look at porn, all I look at is black guys doing fat white girls.
I have one from Steve.
I don't know what that's all about.
Oh, really?
Steve C?
He was teaching me how to boot up an iPod.
Oh, very nice.
Comments, thoughts,
I need to
opinions?
know how to do screen caps off of DVD. I keep getting a black screen.
I want to download a ringtone.
Piss me off.
All right, punch it out.
Keith, go ahead. Oh.
Oh, Borefest that guy was.
Steve.
Oh.
Put the whole switch
onto the on position.
Guys, I bet you would like to know some of the other films that Jack Matthews thinks are the best of 2005.
Well, if that's his number one pick, I can only imagine what the rest
Usually
are.
we like to work our way to the top, but
Yeah.
we did a little differently this time. In 10th place, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, giant piece of shit.
I didn't see it. Haven't seen it. Big Kev's calling it a giant piece of shit.
Yes, sir.
And
Okay.
again,
Then we got Hitch.
Moulin Rouge.
We got Hitch, the Will Smith vehicle.
This is the best films?
Yeah,
This guy liked
my
Hitch.
God.
They like to call them vehicles in Hollywood. This is a Will Smith vehicle.
Vehicle.
Yeah, I like the Jane Mansfield vehicle better.
Then we got Cinderella Man.
Yes.
Russell Crowe. It got great
Russell
reviews,
Crowe.
but no one went to see it, and then they started offering refunds if you didn't like the movie, and then people still didn't go.
No.
So you could even fake it. You could have went and saw a free movie, and people still didn't take them
Yeah.
up on it.
You probably have to mail something in for a refund.
And 7th place, a movie I saw and I enjoyed, Murderball, and we're going to get a couple of the stars of that movie on the show soon.
We are.
We are?
Yes.
Sure.
That was a great. Did you see Murderball?
Yeah.
Did you like?
Yeah.
Be honest. Yeah.
It was awesome, yeah.
Wasn't it amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We talked about it a little bit on the show last week. 6th place, George Romero's Land of the Dead.
Huh. You like that?
The best zombie movie ever.
Stop.
And the bleakest look yet at American life after the death of the middle class. Did anyone see that one?
I did.
Of course you
Kev
did.
saw every movie ever.
How many movies do you see a week?
3 or 4.
Jesus.
You like most of them?
No.
I don't.
No.
I know you don't care.
5th place, Batman Begins. Very dark. I like that one.
Good.
I didn't see that.
4th place, a film called Millions.
Millions. That was a good movie.
Millions.
Jesus.
British film.
What's that about? How many guests march through Sirius as opposed to here?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what the plot of the movie is, Jimmy.
Ooh.
Opie's bank account.
Millions.
British charmer about two boys trying to figure out what to do with a fortune in found cash abandoned by train robbers.
They discuss it under a porch?
And I'll buy candy and cake.
All right. In 3rd place, according to Jack Matthews, the best films of 2005 so far, a little movie called Crash.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
I liked Crash as well.
Movie.
And 2nd place, Sin City.
Yep.
That was good, too.
Yep.
So,
I
there you
like
have
Sin
it.
City. But he put the Penguin movie on top of everything.
Over Sin City, wow.
What a faggot. All right.
I'm actually writing a comedy about a penguin.
Really?
Yep. It's I don't want to give it away, but it's about a family that adopts a penguin, and they put it in the corner, and they chain it up, and they don't feed it, they just slap it.
That sounds great.
They ask you questions in English, and whenever it goes whack whack, they hit it.
People are calling you out on the quacking penguin, Jimmy.
I understand. I don't care.
I'm reading instant feedbacks going, penguins quacking, Jimmy?
Exactly. I shouldn't know what noises they make.
You have no idea.
A penguin could call me right now, and I wouldn't know what it was. You know why? Because I don't watch shows about penguins. I watch films about trannies and logs.
Where's this postmark for murder? Do we have this audio somewhere? That would be hilarious.
I
Or did we
enjoy
do that already?
documentaries, but usually they're war documentaries and stuff. I was watching some Hitler thing on the Hitler Channel over the weekend.
On the Hitler Channel?
Yeah, it's got a big H in the corner, in the lower corner. I assumed it stands for Hitler because every show involves Hitler. And They were showing, of course, again, concentration camps and ditches just full of dead people. And they put close-up shots of dead people with their mouths open, all contorted. And why is that fine to show? Why is that fine, but you can't show, like,
Janet Jackson's
modern
boob
footage?
for an eighth of a second.
Yeah, or even, like, footage from Iraq and show that.
Or
Like
you could
really
show,
graphic.
You could show tits. If there's nude women...
Dead tits.
You could show dead women in a ditch. In a
Dude, tits.
concentration
I
camp.
saw dead snatch on this show. They had
incredible.
women laying in the trenches, dead, just completely like their thigh bone just covered with skin is pretty much what it is. And you're just seeing, like, nudity. But if you showed that on a living human being, you get in trouble.
And the excuse is, well, one is to titillate, one is not. But it's like, why would one be considered bad? Why is titillating bad and showing you something
Right.
awful?
In this horrible situation.
We're all messed up.
Really
I was actually
screwed.
thinking about this point this morning. I watch the news as soon as I wake up, try to start getting prepared for the show. And they pretty much showed the whole Jessica Simpson video.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was on MTV. I think it was they were doing some kind of story or something.
You know it gets ratings.
It's one of the hottest videos of the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Easily. And why, I mean, and granted, I think everyone knows where we're coming from at this point. We think you should show everything. But why, if you're going to start making rules, that's okay, but Janet Jackson's boob for a 16th of a second isn't.
It was the most unsexy, untitillating thing ever, Janet
And most of it
Jackson's
was
tit.
still covered
It
with
was
some
covered
kind of
with
jewelry and stuff.
jewelry. It just flopped out a second. But, yeah.
The Jessica Simpson
Jessica
video.
Simpson video is hot the whole way through. It is meant to be hot. There's no other value to it but to be hot.
I was this close to whacking off this
To just
morning.
scrapping
I'm
one?
not even kidding. I was like, I got to whack off.
Yeah, she looks unbelievable in that video.
It is unbelievable
And
how
she's
hot
just
that
wearing
video
nothing
is.
but a bikini, washing a car.
Right.
She's got wet. She's soapy. You know, and that's made purely to titillate. Yeah.
Of course.
The rules are ridiculous.
They
there
really
are no
are.
real rules. It's stupid.
Let's go to Seamus in Brooklyn. Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus.
I watched that thing on the History Channel also.
Yeah.
It wasn't only dead people. They had, when they were putting them in the gas chambers, you had alive people. You see their emaciated ball bags and scrotums hanging out.
Yeah, they had guys walking in, taking their clothes off, and you're seeing yam bag and dick.
Nasty.
And
Wow.
notice that, but we like to keep the show to hotness.
Oh,
keep it all to myself. All right, guys, punching out.
All right, thank you. Oh, look.
Yeah. I don't know why I watch those shows, because there's not going to be any new information, that's for sure.
What's wrong, Jimmy?
No, it's got you passed.
Oh,
but what?
ruined it.
You made us all look.
I'm sorry.
Did I ruin it?
What
No.
was it? What?
No,
Jimmy?
no. There was just something that said Bitterant. That was the name of the product. And I was just
Oh.
thinking Anthony. Because,
Me when I'm all bitter?
Yeah, but it just doesn't hold water. What noises do penguins make, by the way?
I don't know. I think it's some kind of squeak, though.
Yeah, I think it's more like a.
I think it's more of a squeaky
More toward
noise.
a pig than a duck.
Well, that's why.
No, like
think
more
it's-
like a tweet, but not a tweet, like a squeak.
Tweet like a bird?
Yeah, sort of, but a little more
Tweetish.
than just a tweet.
Well,
like they don't go.
Would you say it's kind of a tweet oink?
No, it's more like a squeak.
Really?
Like a kind of a squeak.
That's kind of like what I was doing.
Like a little.
You were going quack quack.
You were doing Burgess Meredith.
Exactly. That's the noise they make.
Burgess Meredith.
Does it sound like a puppy?
Oh yeah, maybe a little like that. Yeah, like a squeaky thing. Oh, here's the video now. Thank
How
you.
ridiculous this
Thank
is.
you, Eric, for totally ruining the show, taking us right out of it.
What video?
You haven't seen the Jessica Simpson video yet? I don't even know what the song is.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I watched it without even the sound on.
You don't need the
I
sound.
just-
You don't need the sound.
I'm drooling on myself. All right. The Dan Band.
What?
We've been meaning to get to the Dan Band.
What is that? Oh, there it is.
Listen to the Dan Band for a second as we look at Jessica Simpson.
That was ridiculous, Jesus Christ.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all my years have gone by.
Turn around, Jimmy.
Wait, I was enjoying that.
Yeah.
Opie, what do you...
And I need you more than ever. Ugh.
Fucking every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight. I fucking need you more than ever. And if you'll only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all the time. Shit, I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark, living in a powder keg and giving off sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Fucking ever's gonna start to once upon a...
We're trying to do
curse words.
Yeah, that was from that movie, Old School. No, which movie did the Dan Band?
I think it was.
Right, when they're saying adding fuck to the word. It was the wedding band, right? When
Yeah.
they got married in the beginning. We're trying to do a bit here, but this Jessica Simpson video is ridiculous.
I knew with the second Eric put it up there, we're not going to pay attention
Britney
to anything.
Spears is so done because she's doing the Britney
Yeah.
Spears thing, but so much better. Britney Spears, I bet you Britney Spears wants to throw herself out a window.
That bikini's flattering on her. I would say that.
I think she
Does
needs
it
to
showcase her figure?
Yeah, she's got an attractive figure.
I think she should get one of those old lady bathing suits. See if she can work that. Then we'll see how hot she really is.
That is goddamn
with the little,
ridiculous.
With the little old lady skirt.
Yeah. The skirt that goes over the bathing suit.
See, that would be the bit.
Hide the hurt.
If SNL was actually creative, you take that video and you do it with an old lady bathing suit. There's a bit for SNL. Run with it.
I think she looked good even in one of those, as long as it didn't have the skirt. But if you had the like a tight one piece maybe that showed off her her meat flaps.
That's the bit. Get Jessica Simpson on SNL to do the same video in an old lady bathing suit with a skirt.
Oh, a couple of still pictures. Yeah, that's great, Eric.
Or maybe to have her do it while she has food poisoning, so she's vomiting and shitting all over the car.
Look at these still shots.
They got still pictures of her in the bikini.
Let me see one.
It's ridiculous. Oh. Bathing suit needs some butterscotch on it.
Let's say hi to Steve in Queens.
Steve
Hey, I
McQueen?
was wondering if you guys saw the making of that Jessica Simpson video.
Did not.
Well, it's pretty sick. Her father, who I guess is her agent or whatever, is sitting there right on the set, not more than 10 feet away, while she's, going through all these gyrations and soaping up the General Lee. He's got a big grin on his face. And he's making comments about her body and like, hey, look how hot she is. You know where she got that body from. And it was just, this guy's...
Can you imagine being the father of Jessica Simpson? You just sit around all day and go, yeah, I made that.
That's creepy.
That's my creation.
I'd say that while I was fucking her.
Yeah, it was almost like I don't know. I hope he was talking about pleasuring himself to it. I don't know. There's something disturbing about it. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know if you can check it out. It's pretty sick.
Can we try to find that audio? That sounds like something we would enjoy on this show. Larry and WY, wherever that is, Wyoming. Larry.
Hey, I just wanted to let Jimmy know that not only do penguins not quack, they also don't have fur.
They do so.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to Georgia Boy.
Do so.
Georgia Boy.
Yes, sir. Y'all doing all right this morning?
We're having a good time.
That's good. I want to let y'all know that penguins sound exactly like that from Wanaki.
Do they?
Later.
You might be right.
Do they also have rosacea? Little red faces that you want to smack with Crisco on your hand?
Their toes are falling off as they walk on the ice. What are you going to do?
Raven or Raven from Florida. What's up?
It's Raven in Florida.
Oh,
hey,
right.
how you guys doing? I just wanted to see if anybody watched that Hogan show last night and how Hogan was trying to get rid of his son's girlfriend by pawning him off on a supermodel.
We gave up on that show.
After one episode.
Did you?
After one episode, we said bye-bye.
I was hard.
That was one bad thing, is that you could definitely tell that it's scripted when they find the mother finds some condoms in her son's wallet, and you could just really tell it was scripted by that.
Yeah, the whole show is scripted. They're making a mockery of that celebrity reality genre. Oh, we do have that clip, though. Eric just handed it to me.
Hulk is good.
Wow.
Let's listen to Hulk Hogan, from last night.
It's easy to grin when your fat battleship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat. Okay, Pat Battle. Do the honors.
What is this?
All right, what's the problem?
Oh, boy.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
The Emperor is not happy with his coffee.
Oh, no. Are we going to have to break into...
Jim Norton. Coffee Diva.
Look at that cup. What brand is on that cup?
I don't know.
It doesn't taste good. I don't like it.
Where do we get our coffee every day?
I like Starbucks. And I don't like supporting the savages that run most of these delis.
You're insane.
Yup.
You betcha. You might be right.
Yeah.
What is this?
Hey, want to taste this?
Wow, that's really nice. Throw it against the wall.
I'm not exactly
diva.
I'm a diva.
I want Starbucks coffee.
You betcha.
Jim Norton. Coffee Diva.
I know Starbucks is a big world order type of thing.
At least they're not funding terrorism.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double time.
Frenchie! It's good to hear from our old friends from time to time. It's good to hear from people that used to be big stars in this program and are now nobodies.
And they've withered away. Weren't able to make the jump.
Yeah,
Some people were able to make the jump.
Not everyone was able to make the jump from commercial radio to satellite radio.
Satellite, our radio show, and now our XM radio show. A lot of the people that used to be on the show made the move over. They've been on the show, giving us some great radio. And other people, well, they kind of were left behind. And one person that wasn't quite able to make the jump is Frenchie.
Yeah, what do you think the problem
Frenchie
was?
Frenchie was a huge star on our radio show on regular radio. Huge.
I can get up in the morning.
Oh, Jesus.
Quick.
You can't get up in the morning, is that it?
No, I can't get up in the morning.
Well, we do
Too
it.
tired. Yeah, well.
And then you don't even have to be up that early. Like, there were opportunities for you to call in at 10 o'clock, something like that, and you just kind of...
Because I'm still sleeping till 12 every day.
12?
Yeah. I don't go to sleep before 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Uh-huh. Playing too much Star Wars Galaxy, so that's the problem.
Is that your game of choice these days?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where's the surrender key on that one? Where you hit it and just give up. You drop your galactic weapon and...
The escape key.
Escape key. You actually join the rebel side, and then you supply the Empire with food and everything they need to keep their war machine going.
Absolutely, and bounty hunters love me right now.
Is there a resistance? Like your stupid French resistance?
Yes, there is, actually.
Oh, that useless French resistance. Oh, some guy with a beret and a stupid mustache coming out of the woods to help a downed pilot. Yeah, that happened.
Without them, this guy would have probably died.
It never happened.
Yes, it did.
Never happened.
You
they
don't
were probably
know
just
nothing
there to
about
tell
history,
the
you
Nazis where the
stupid
downed
Italian
airman was.
prick.
Just to tell where the downed airman was. Yeah, I will help you. It is the underground. We will get you. Here he is. Here he is. Please.
Collaborateur, yeah, that's right.
Oh, all of you guys should have been strung up on that stupid arch you got there in Paris.
So these the fucking Italian put
Off
them
the tower.
against the wall and shoot them in the head.
Off your Eiffel Tower, just hang all you traitors,
Son of a
turncoats,
bitch.
bail you out. Now what do we get? You Jacques Chirac giving us shit all the time.
Good, I hope he gives shit to everybody, that son of a bitch. I hope he gives you shit here.
Well, there you go. Welcome back, and we'll see you in another 2 years, 3 years.
Let's say hi to Maurice. Maurice.
Maurice,
Yeah.
you're on the Opie and Anthony show. Hey, Maurice.
Hey, how you doing?
Fag French
To
name.
answer that penguin sex thing,
Yeah.
she actually lays down, face down, and the male just climbs up on her back. Looks like he's walking on top of her. Unfortunately, I was watching it with my daughter at the time. Didn't know what was going on.
Oh.
I saw something like that in the Jeffersons when George's back hurt and Mr. Bentley came over. Is that what it's like?
Hey, well, I don't know. I know is the wings must be good for something. He starts flapping them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he flaps them real good.
How about
All right,
that?
punching out.
Is it true we actually...
As we leave you on this Sunday morning, here's the sounds of penguins. Almost good?
Yeah, almost there. We got penguins?
Yeah, we got the sounds of penguins as we leave you.
Only this show.
On this Sunday morning. This is the real sounds of penguins.
Get to the bottom of it. That's creepy.
Wow.
That's what penguins sound like?
Yeah, we were way off.
That's kind of a cross between a quack and a hoot.
I said an oink.
Yeah. It's not quite an oink.
Kind of what I was doing.
You were going quack, quack.
That's it.
Ooh, that is an odd little sound.
You put a fish on your mule, and when he opens his mouth, you jam it in his throat.
Get a little beak.
That's right.
As we leave you on this Sunday morning, here's me taking a big poop. Sometimes a poop is a good thing on a Sunday morning. Something you'd like to share with your neighbors, your friends. Here's me and the sounds of dumping. Oftentimes we don't have time to show you the poop. Today, here's me taking a dump, and then me showing it to you. Oftentimes we like to leave our viewers with a little something from the outside. Today, it's me taking a poop. Here's me running to the outhouse to take a big old Harry. And as we leave you on this Sunday morning, the sounds of pooping. Because there's nothing better than a good poop.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Yeah, I'm giving a big fuck you to my ex-wife. You're living off my money, taking child support. So I just want to say, fuck you, bitch. I hope you tell.
I want to send a big fuck you to Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia, for fucking doing construction on a Saturday morning. Fucking raining.
Fuck you, Andrew, you stuttering fucking prick.
I just want to say, fuck you to Rudy. Fuck you, Rudy, and you look like fucking Shrek.
Hey, this is Gizmo up in Wisconsin. I want to leave a big fuck you to my former friend Ian. She's my fucking girlfriend, you asshole. And you know what? The only fucking sex you're going to get is from your fucking mother when you go home crying to her ass and you realize that. Fuck you and fuck the horse you rode in on. Yeah, I'd like to send a big F you to Dennis and Tina, you fucking freak. Introduce me to some fucking freak that's going to try to take my man. You know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, I want to give a big fuck you to my ex-girlfriend. I found out you got a crush on some guy. All I can say is I hope he uses you like you used me after you dumped me.
I don't think I'm ready. Thank you.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much. Jim Norton from the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, Angel. Hey, guys, this is Jim Norton from Norton and Friends. July 23rd, my Cleveland date has sold out, so the show has been added for 10:30. 8 o'clock show sold out, 10:30 show. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster for, I think it's a Saturday, July 23rd. But if it's not a Saturday, it's still July 23rd. The early show's going to suck. This will be the good one.
For more info, visit EdoBullet.com.
Come see me in Cleveland on The Late Show. And if you can, just...
All right, we got Frenchie in studio.
Yep.
Used to be a big star on the old show, and now he's a nobody.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of fallen off the radar.
Been too busy working, man.
And let's not walk home uncomfortably today, please. Could you go one way and I go another way?
Absolutely.
I hate the
Falling off the
uncomfortable
radar.
walk with Frenchie because we live in the same neighborhood.
Ooh.
So, when you coming down to my restaurant?
Your restaurant?
Well, actually,
No,
it
that's
is
what-
now.
Oh! You actually own a restaurant now?
My brother does with me, yes. Downtown.
So you can comp full meals now?
Yep.
Oh,
Pretty
well,
much.
now maybe we will drop in.
What's pretty much mean?
Well, my brother is the owner, yeah.
Your what?
My brother.
Yeah, I know, brother.
All right, your brother is the owner, so why can't he comp a meal and we'll give him a little plug? Not that would be payola or anything. I wouldn't do that. Some people might want to.
Okay.
Would your brother give us free meals?
I think so, yeah.
All right, good.
No.
I can get...
Well, a lot of people want to say hi to Frenchie.
Hello, faggot.
Hello, prick.
It is
What
Henri.
Hello, waiter. How are you today?
Yeah, you my waiter, you gonna actually, you know what, you gonna wipe my ass, you fucking piece of shit.
What do you want? Your what?
What?
Your lines
You
don't
heard me? You're nobody, you hear me? You fucking asshole.
Your lines don't even
You
make sense.
stupid
You're a
fuck.
fucking waiter. Do you
Why don't you
understand
come
that
here and
you're a
lick my
busboy?
ass, you stupid prick?
You're a busboy, cocksucker.
Suck my ass.
Okay, hey,
Why
shut
don't
up.
you
while I
come
talk to
over
my
and
friend.
suck
Shut
my
up while I talk
balls?
to my friend,
Why don't you
Jim.
come here, you fucking piece
Shut
of
up.
shit?
Jim, I like you on
Huh?
HBO. You
Why
did
don't
a
you
good job
suck
on the
it,
Tonight
you
Show, too,
fuck?
okay?
Thank you, Henri.
Die.
I just want to make sure
Why
I
don't
get
you
that in
fucking die, you little piece
Waiter,
of
I'm
shit?
talking to my friends,
You fucking
okay?
American
Understand?
piece of
You haven't been on
crap.
the show in months and you come
Why
on,
don't you go
still
back
have
in your
nothing.
fucking hole where you came from, you
still
little
have
douche?
nothing.
Suck you.
You have any, hey,
Fuck
hey,
off,
you have any
asshole.
places for this guy to wash?
Why don't you come here and suck my balls, you little piece of fucking crap?
Because I'm busy with your girlfriend, that's why.
She's
I
not
have no
busy
time
with
for
you, you
She's
little
sucking
piece of
my
shit.
cock
I
and
was
eating
busy
my
with your
ass pipe,
fucking
you
mother
cocksucker.
last night. Your mother was licking my balls and sticking a finger up my ass.
All right, you know what? I got to give it to Frenchie.
This time he didn't let Henri get in there.
He didn't let him get in there.
Although,
He kept it up.
And I'm not knocking Frenchie, but it's a huge advantage to not be on the phone. And Henri had a couple of good lines that probably got washed over. One
Of
was,
course.
"Be quiet, busboy. I'm talking to my friends." I got to be honest.
Now that's funny.
That really made me laugh.
Busboy.
Oh, another call from someone who doesn't know I'm on the radio.
What are
Hello?
with these stupid people? Come on. Who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is
Hi,
it?
Harvey Electronics. How are you?
Harvey!
How are you?
We don't. Well, I don't want to buy a TV from you.
Yes, you are.
You stink. Circuit City. Best Buy is where it's at.
Why?
Your TV suck my cock.
It doesn't matter. Either one, you can leave it. You can just drop it off down there. 'cause I'll be
Leave
at
it on the
doctor's.
street.
You can just drop it off there. I'll be at the doctor's.
Upside down, too.
The doctors. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Problem?
AIDS watch.
You're going to be at the doctor's?
Yeah, I
Getting
have,
tested again?
Yeah, no, that's just a little weird black thing they found on my lung. I just need to go check.
What are you going to the doctor for?
No, I've had this problem with my foot for a while, and I'm finally going to a doctor today for it.
A foot
And
problem?
then at 2 o'clock, I have my stress test with the cardiologist because I've had the breathing problems, but I think it's nothing but anxiety.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get that checked.
What's with your foot?
It's been hurting for 2 months. Remember how I used to stand in studio? The reason I've been sitting is I think I might have hurt my foot standing the way I would always lean on my right foot.
I think he's flat-footed. He needs a
another
little
phone call. Who could
He
this
needs a
be?
little arch support.
Oh, my God.
Hello?
What is wrong with...
Hello? I missed it.
Oh, Ben got you so bad, I guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, Ben. Look at Ben in the back office. That's right.
I'm calling.
He'll reference,
I called on my little phone.
he'll come in and reference something else. Black girl picked up the phone. My Bruno.
Yeah, why does everything have to end with Mark Parental with him?
Jim, dude. That email said that you were messing up guests. All right, well, then read the email. Dude, just we'll read it later. But I want to read it now. Dude,
That's what they... Just don't worry about it.
Oh, who's this? This is someone else. Hello? Hello?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Why do they keep hanging up?
I don't know.
Look at Ben. Dude.
Now it's ringing.
Dude.
Whoever it is, I'm going to start giving this number out.
Oh, there you go.
I would suggest that somebody hang up quickly. 973-76. I will finish it. That's not me. I know it's not you. Steve.
Who is it?
Martini
Right.
Steve got you, too. All right. Why don't we play... What did we learn on the Opie and Anthony show today? Oh,
Was
Big Kev
very
got you. Big Kev got you in the studio. Jack in New York, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I learned today when it comes to horses, it's better to give than receive.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
we definitely learned
Jack!
that today.
Jack!
Joey, what did you learn on the show today?
Hey, what's up, fellow nibblers?
Hey.
Today I learned that visually the show is three guys in robes eating yogurt, watching The Shining while making tap paddle references.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's very accurate.
That's pretty much it.
We're
Later.
three-trick ponies. By the way, there's a guy in Whackbag named Mr. Ullman. I just want you to know that I get the reference to your name, and it makes me very happy.
All right. Let's just leave that one there. Today, let's say hi to Troy in Virginia. Troy, what did you learn on the show today?
I learned that the Penguins, they like it face down, ass up.
Face down, ass up. Yeah, we learned that late in the show. Bad cell phone guy, Long Island. What did you learn on the show today?
I learned that penguins kind of sound like Andrew.
Oh, you think it sounds a lot like Andrew?
Kind of does.
It sounds like he was raised by penguins.
And they all molested him.
I listened to that on the replay all day long on Friday.
Danny had the line of the day after the show on Friday in the elevator.
Can he come in
Said-
and say it?
No.
Okay.
I'll ruin it for him. No, he said that Andrew sounds like a swarm of bees.
Oh, that's right.
And when you all do it together, let's all do our impression. You're not doing it?
Opie, join in the fun.
You gotta join in, 'cause then it's a
part
swarm.
Of the team. There's no I in team, Ope.
All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Ready? Go.
That was Jimmy.
All right. Just.
Okay, ready?
We'll all do it together. Ready?
On three.
Someone count us down.
3, 2.
Henri.
Hello?
What's up, Henri?
I want to say fuck you, Frenchie. That's what I want to say. I want to say come to my house and wash my dishes. That's what I want to say to the busboy. The only difference between that busboy and the Mexican busboy is I want the Mexican in my country. That's the only difference.
That's it?
Where is the cocksucker?
I'm here, you piece of
why don't
fucking
you speak,
shit.
cocksucker?
Why don't you come over my house and wash my fucking ass, you fuck? Because you're only good for that, you piece of shit. Huh? Why don't you come after a good old day at work sweating my balls off? I want you to come over my house and wash my fucking balls off. Because that's the only thing you're good at, you little fucking
You have nothing to
piece of
say to
shit.
me, huh?
Why don't you come over my house, you piece of
I come
fucking
over your
crap?
house and I fuck your
Huh?
girlfriend and I
You
have
piece
dirty
of
dishes
shit
for you to
American
wash.
crap.
You're no better than a Mexican.
You fucking bitch.
You understand that?
No, I don't understand that.
Dirty dishwashing Mexican punk fucker.
Idiot with your fake accent.
All right.
By the way, Henri had a great line. He goes, "You're going to wash Ben's hog. It's going to take you 2 weeks to finish it."
Let's get a mic in Baltimore.
Hey, guys.
Baltimore?
Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore.
All right.
Baltimore.
I learned that Harvey Electronics sucks Anthony's cock.
Harvey Electronics is phenomenal on New
course
York.
they
Thank you
are.
guys for helping me with that
All
TV.
right. Of course
Steven
they
is
are.
the best audio video place in New York.
All right. Stephen in Rockland.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up? I learned that a muggle is what you leave on her back when you're finished.
Very good. We did learn that today. Let's say hi to Rob on Long Island. Rob?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
How you doing,
Hey.
sweetness?
Hey.
Yeah, I learned that Ben hides all the good guests in the Chamber of Secrets. Punch it out.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. We want to thank Big Kev for stopping by with his fine audio from the L.A. comic thing or the San Diego thing. And, Frenchie, it's always a pleasure. Randy!
Yo, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Yo, I learned that you could fall asleep to Drew Carey telling dick joke.
Yeah, that was kind of lame today.
Yeah.
Huh? All right. Oh, that's why. Because I did that. All right, Frenchie, you got the last word.
All right, everybody fucking suck.
That's it?
Program complete.